Alright, welcome back everyone to session 11 of Fabula Ultima. Recapping session 10, you guys tried to sail to the Dark Armor Mountains, and you had the most impressive travel rolls ever, and let's see, you ran into a storm, you ran into thorn sharks, you ran into, I think, a snowstorm, and eventually you got to a place where the ship that you were on could not carry you any further. The sea was frozen over with ice. You also had one little outing in which a flock of ravens. You weren't quite sure what they were there for, but it turned out that Levine was unlocking some latent powers as an Arcanist. Congrats on the new class. And was able to successfully unlock an Arcanum, and that's probably the smoothest thing that happened the entire night. With that, we made it all the way up to this major inlet by the Koga Desert, and really, really cold desert of all things. You have about 1 day's worth of travel before you reach as close to the Dark Armor Mountains as you can get before you have to cross a little bit of water. We'll see what awaits you when you get there, and hopefully make your way into the Dark Armor Mountains and locate Jimmy and Jenks, the artificers of Levine's armor, which is no longer functional. With that, I think we should get this started with, well, what would you like to do? You could totally turn back if you wanted to, but I am making an assumption that you folks want to cross the desert and do a travel roll.
Yeah, I think we should head back to Genova. I don't think this is worth it. Yeah, we're gonna have to try to make it past these icy paths here, huh? Who didn't roll?
Up here, though, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes, that
yeah,
is
because it'd be one
precisely where you are.
Yeah, so don't we just have to get to Dark Arbor Mountains?
Yes, but you no longer have a ship.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. So, this particular desert, being a frozen desert wasteland, is normally a D20 travel roll. I believe Zinnia has the Wayfarer talent, or a skill that is going to let you reduce the die size by 1. Did anyone else happen to pick up a class or anything that has the travel roll feature?
No.
I think that's the only one, and they can't stack us.
Oh, they can't? Well, that's
think it's
probably
all-
for the
yeah.
best.
Yeah.
Alright.
Who didn't get to roll last time? Did everybody get a turn?
I do think it was like 6 different rolls last time, so
Yeah.
everybody probably went once.
I can't remember. Were we trying to roll high or low?
Low.
Yes, so a 1 on the roll is like a good thing happens, and anything 6 or above is going to be some sort of danger. 2 through 5 is an uneventful travel day. So whoever would like, we've got to roll a d12 to travel across the frozen waste.
Edgar's the only one who got lower than the 6 before.
Yeah, I have been rolling everything high in the worst ways the past couple sessions, so
Yeah,
All right, just you wait. I'm gonna roll this one.
I could also roll it if you want.
No, I'm doing it. I'm taking responsibility.
I mean, I would roll it publicly in Foundry if you would like. But
No, I'm responding, doing this. Speaking of, do we have a chance to rest at all?
that's up to you.
On the ship before we left.
You are welcome to take a rest now if you would like. That's up to you folks whenever you would like to pitch the tent and spend IP on.
I'm out of IP.
I mean, I got some that I can use. So, because looking at myself and
Yeah.
kind of looks like the others, we're all pretty beat up.
Yeah, I've been halfway under Crisis for a bit, or halfway into Crisis.
I'm only doing okay because they healed me at the very end.
Blair's
so I
not-
wouldn't die.
Blair has like a broken
If I'm recalling
bone.
right.
And Blair's having a bad time. All right.
no
so-
MP.
I mean, the slow is probably expired by the end of the scene, but.
Okay.
All right, then yeah, I'll spend the 4 IP,
And we all get healed up to full then from that, or?
and we should camp before we leave.
Yeah.
Okay, that'll be handy. Ooh, wait, since we are making rest, we can increase one of our bonds, right?
Yes.
Oh.
And I guess I should, before we get too far, make a note here. The Elonian expansion clock is up to 9 out of 12
Yeah.
sections.
Yeah. Dang.
Ah, dang, I can't add another one. I wanted to add one for Trep.
Add one what
Can't
for
add another
Trep?
one?
Yeah, on the Foundry, because I have 6 already.
Yes, you can. You can hit new bond on top.
Yeah,
I-
that's great.
I
Hit plus
clicked it and it
bonds.
said maximum
yeah,
number of
maximum
bonds
6 for
reached.
each. You're right.
Oh, okay.
I guess there's a maximum of 6 months.
You can only know 6 people.
You can only
in
have
your
6
life, guys.
friends.
That's it.
Well, not even friends, enemies too. You can only have a 6 total of friends or enemies, rivals or allies.
But
I
can
mean, I'm
you
just-
is it just adding a brand new one, or can you just increase one that you got for?
I could increase one that I got, yeah.
That's right.
You know what? I'm gonna increase it for Cassandra. Why not? I could also cheat and just add it onto my own sheet. Add a 7th.
We can potentially, I guess, after today's game, create a thread about possibly increasing the number of bonds, because I believe the game is designed to be played with 3 to 4 players and a game master, and having 5 is a little bit larger than they planned. And so, 5 out of 6 of your bond slots could be, or 4 out of 6 of your bond slots can essentially be your party immediately, which doesn't really leave you, a whole lot of leeway to interact with the story. So that's certainly something that we can visit. Yep. Okie doke.
All right. Well, so what was
Oh.
the dice that I was rolling for?
A D12.
Oh, was
And
it
it's
D12?
not-
Okay.
It's not shrunk down by the.
Oh, it was a D20
It was a
that has
D20?
been shrunk to a D12.
All right, here we go. We're gonna roll a 1. Ready? 3, 2,
Nat 1.
1.
Nat 1.
Oh,
No, we
great.
Yeah.
Good.
Today has been a
Edgar.
good day.
Yes.
You
Good.
did it, Edgar. You rolled poorly. You were the worst at rolling. Good job.
All right.
I rolled great. I rolled great.
So you folks managed to make it across the desert without encountering any enemies of any kind. You do notice that it is a bit, it is a desolate wasteland, and most of the scenery tends to be very similar as you're walking, and it becomes a little bit difficult to keep your bearings. But Edgar, among others, being pretty well traveled, and also having the aid of a compass, makes it doable to get across this without losing your way. And so, where are you folks ending up? Are you down here or up here?
Actually, just real quick.
Mm-hmm.
So this was our first trip in the desert, right?
Mhm.
Since we got dropped off.
Correct.
Since we finally got dropped off now, then they would have unloaded a big crate off the boat,
Oh, baby.
and Edgar would have like taken a crowbar and crack it open and have a shiny new Magitech armor in there. He's finally gonna bust it out.
Awesome.
So that's why he got a good roll, because he had a good vantage point on top of the Magitech armor.
Sweet. All right. Yeah. So, are you guys kind of in more this southwest section, or more the very northwestern tip up here?
I feel like since this part's the skinniest, we probably would have headed through there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Plus, I had canon that the entrance is like kind of in this area, so
So, you folks do arrive there, and what you notice is that this is not a frozen section of the sea. And so, you are going to need to find some way to get across this small little river type kind of thing to the Dark Armor Mountain.
Question.
Mm-hmm.
Probably can't actually use it that way, but
wand of
'cause, like, how
iceberg, maybe.
wide is? That's what I was saying. Because we could create an iceberg, and then that's our raft.
Hmm.
Because like, how wide is like the river then? Would you estimate?
So that looks like. So it's not a full travel day by any stretch. It's probably a. That looks to be like about let's say an eighth of a travel day. So if you were walking across it, it would probably take about 2-ish hours or so, right? So let's call that, you could probably cover about 5 kilometers, maybe. You can see your destination at the very least. You can see the Dark Armor Mountains rising up out of the sea just across from you. It's just a matter of getting there.
Yeah, I mean, is it? And it's not fair. It's because, like, for me too, if the water's shallow enough and we can just walk across, we just walk across. But
Well, make an insight check. Let's say a double insight check to take a look and see if you can figure out how deep it is.
Man, it seems like a pretty wide stretch. It's probably fairly deep.
probably. But I grew up around a lot of really shallow lakes and rivers.
I got a solid 10.
I got an 11. Wow, I almost critical. First time my insight dice have been finding me.
Dang, we're so good at traveling,
So
sailing.
good at traveling.
On land, apparently.
All right. So you are on a rocky shore. The beach
Good thing I
itself
got 13.
is covered in rocks of various sizes, from the tiniest pebbles up to rocks probably about the size of a leg or so, right? And so as you go out there and you see that there's a relatively gradual decline in the going down into the sea, and you are able to observe that You could probably walk a portion of this, probably, at least a quarter of a kilometer out there pretty easily. So it's not as far of a swim as it might seem. The big problem is that the water is cold. It is freezing cold.
I could do elemental shroud.
Okay.
Oh,
I
only
could-
on up to 3 people, but I could cast it twice then. If that's alright.
Could also use Wand of Iceberg in sections where it starts to get deeper, and we can try to.
hop.
Normally,
See, that's my thing. Hopping from ice to ice sounds like a bad idea.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because my thing would be more so we make the ice raft and then we like have something to propel us along. Speaking of which, Edgar,
Yes.
because my thing would be you have like the cannon gun arm. You can use wind with that if you want to, right?
I could.
Like a little motorboat thing.
Have your Magitech armor act like
Sorry.
a motorboat engine.
And then we just have like an iceberg boat.
Well, I'm not sure if that would work exactly, but we could try.
That's the only idea I can come up with besides walking across it. If anybody else has other ideas, I'm down for whatever.
I mean, I feel like Levine would normally do this either by trekking through the water or using a little like handmade raft, but considering we have so many people here, it's not exactly as easy to do for her.
Yeah, a little one-person raft.
Yeah, so it's
Get
gotta
some
be
camels
camels.
or chocomos.
Oh, we could summon dolphins to help carry us.
Can you summon dolphins?
Wait. No way, we would still be in the water a lot.
Big turtles? How about, are there any tortoises nearby?
I mean, I think the problem is still the temperature. If we're in
Yeah.
the water, then it's gonna be cold for you.
Yeah,
We
because
gotta-
that is the thing. I can definitely still do elemental shroud on all of us. As long as Sinus lets me cast it twice, then that's not a problem.
There's no reason you couldn't cast it twice.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
And I mean, I'm good. So
I would say that Elemental Shroud grants you a resistance, right? Not an immunity.
Yeah.
So that will certainly help, but in the event that someone is wet for an extended period of time, it may not prevent complications or damage.
Okay. Just use Ignis and set them on fire. And they'll dry out.
I can't really come up with too many other ideas. I still like the ice boat idea. Just
Is
the
there
giant ice raft.
is there anything we see in the desert like I don't know skeleton bones or anything?
Make a double insight check.
I mean, had I known, we would have just carried around the crate, but I didn't
Oh yeah,
use the crate as a raft. But
as a bucket we ride in.
I got a 9. That was not my greatest.
I mean, I guess Levine probably would have thought to keep the boards if I was also thinking about that, but I wasn't.
With a roll of a 9, you definitely did not come across any remains. Even the plant life and animal life was really limited on this trek to small grasses, and I think the biggest thing you probably saw was a lizard a little bit smaller than the size of your hand. Not much in the way of large creatures living in this section of the desert.
Unfortunate. Okay.
Maybe instead of going through the water, we can try to glide from a higher location.
Well, how'd you get here in the first place?
Normally,
That's a great question.
I just grabbed any raft materials I could, slapped them together, and then trekked. And there's been a bit of hypothermia and other injuries in the process, but I've gotten better at it. I just don't know how to make a raft for all of us right now. How good are you all at withstanding hypothermia?
No, the cold doesn't bother me at all.
Nice. Okay, well, we can't just try swimming.
Seems like a terrible idea.
All of
Yeah.
us grab a piece of driftwood and tie ourselves together, and we'll just wade it through. Either that, or we can try to find a higher ledge, and try to glide
So-
down. I don't know. Can we glide with anything?
Sana
There's no
says
anything.
it takes 2 hours to get across if we can walk it.
Levine, you said you've been to the mountains?
Yes.
Is there like, I don't know, a village along the shore? Is there people that we could see maybe? Like walk along? Maybe somebody could help us?
Maybe giant monsters. Maybe
Oh.
some kind of pterodactyl might pick up somebody, so that could be helpful.
Oh, jeez.
Not helpful with it.
There's a reason most people don't come here. There are some crazy things up here.
I am uncertain we're able to do this without a ship.
That is true.
Maybe we should have paid them to bring us all the way there.
Yeah.
Well, okay. So there's no free floating ice, right? That we can use as a.
Not that you can see, no.
I can make an iceberg. Or Jason can with his wand of iceberg. Technically,
Yeah,
a
I feel
pillar of
like-
ice surrounds the target, but I feel like that's...
I feel like that's our best bet, is to try to make an ice raft and somehow
I also
Guide
have
it.
Terra, which creates spires of jagged rock that erupt from the ground beneath your foes, closing around them.
we could try to do a combination of that, creating rock walkways and ice
Ooh,
walkways.
I just
as
thought
we...
of something.
Mhm.
How difficult would a ritual be for us to create a stone bridge?
Well,
yeah, ritualism stuff with that.
let's take a look at rituals and see if we can find out.
I forget that rituals are a thing, and I need to start remembering them because they're great
Oh,
to
yeah.
actually use for these big things.
Now, do you have elemental ritualism?
I do, as an elementalist, yes.
Okay, that's going to make this a little bit easier. Alright, so for elemental ritualism, the check is going to be insight and willpower. It says here you could use it to walk on water, shape rock,
Hey.
snuff out fires, cause a rainstorm, summon powerful cyclones. Let's see.
Okay, shall we walk on water, everybody?
That seems like the one.
Especially if that feels like it takes less energy than building a stone bridge to go over the whole thing.
Yeah, it might be easier to do. To just affect 5 people instead of affect half a day's travel worth of terrain.
Let me take a look here. Think about this. So I'm going to say that the area, the size of this ritual is going to be small for a few human-sized creatures. However, I am going to say that because this needs to last a significant amount of time, I'm waffling between medium and major potency right now.
Waffles.
So extreme is like week-long effects. I guess major would probably be about a day long. So I think we can get away with a small area, medium potency ritual. And I think that would fit pretty well. So the difficulty level is going to be 10. The MP cost is going to be 60. And that can be divided up amongst everybody who helps with the ritual. Let's see here. The check will rely on the attributes. Yeah. So I think it all comes down. Other players can help, even if they have no ability to perform rituals themselves. Magic check becomes a group check, and the character who performs the ritual will act as the leader.
I definitely nominate Cassandra to be the leader because of
She would have to be the leader because she is the only one with elemental ritualism. So yeah. So let's do a group check, and unless you want to do it by yourself.
Oh no, group check is fine. My thing was more so my insight and willpower are a D6 and a D8, and while I'm totally down to lead this, so the group check should help with that though, right?
So for each person that succeeds in the group check, you get +1 to your roll.
Okay. And how do I start the group check properly?
In the character, if you have your character open,
Yeah, just hit group check and then go from there.
and then
Insight,
yeah.
willpower.
and
Okay,
then
and
you
then
set
group,
the difficulty is 10, support check is 10,
and then that's it.
and then you fire it off. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. That's actually really easy.
Yeah.
Alright, so Cassandra begins the ritual, creates a small circle of stones and sticks to perform it in. Who else is assisting, and how are they helping?
Oh shit! I pressed the button.
That's
So I guess
okay to
I'm
press the
assisting.
button, but let's still flavor it.
Yeah. No, I should have. I should have thought of that in the first place. So I guess I would try to use my knowledge of the, the kind of the science of magic that I know with my Magitech to try to channel stuff, but I do so poorly. Though I don't
no.
understand, because it asked me for my bond with you.
So you may invoke a bond in order to increase your die roll by the number of bonds you have to a person. So that would cost you a Fabula point to do.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I will in order to hit that target. So I got 2 with Cassandra. So that'll give me 10.
Would be 1 success then?
Yeah, let me just read
Suppose
something.
I can roll 2.
I should have had a success because I have a bonded affection for Cassandra.
Yeah, so I'm pulling up the.
So again, Zinnia, you would have to spend a Fabula point to use that bond, which is fine. That'll put you up at the difficulty of 10.
Okay,
Yay.
I'm imagining a bunch of sea creatures helping to set the rocks into place. Or
Love it.
provide whatever support they need.
Yeah, no, yeah, it's
Yeah,
in the
plus
group
3.
check rule. Page 50, it says if any of the supporting characters have a bond towards the leader, the highest strength among those bonds. Oh, that's cool.
Oh, okay. So
So
like
at the
whoever
end,
has...
yeah, if anybody likes Cassandra by plus whatever, we add that bonus at the end. That's neat.
Oh, I have a +2 with
So I think
Cassandra.
I think it's gonna add it on its own if you use the tool. 'cause,
Oh, I didn't use that, but
Um,
It says you rolled support check.
yeah, I didn't use the bond though.
Oh, that's
thing,
okay.
but I will. Okay, I will use a Fabula point, so it brings me down to 2. Can I invoke bond to push? And there you go. Then brings it to a 10 for success. So now you should be able to roll now.
Alrighty. Was Blair not supported?
No, I was just waiting for the opportunity to say how I help because I didn't hear
Yeah.
Levine saying how they were
Oh,
helping.
oh yeah. You have
Yeah.
to flavor it.
Yeah. Levine has been practicing her calm, especially with that she hasn't been able to just break things to make the problems go away. So she's been focusing on a lot of what Jinx has been teaching her. She's been trying to move in step with Cassandra through this. So she's gonna just follow her energy as she's walking and help in that way, just to have a very calm and flowing presence.
Okay.
And for Blair, oh, go ahead.
Go ahead. I was just gonna say she uses and that's how she's also using her energy there, her new found magic, and trying to find inner worth with that. So.
Can I use a Fabula point to re-roll the insight roll, Sinus?
I believe as long as you use your theme or origin in some way that supports that, that is fine. Generally, we're pretty loosey-goosey about that stuff.
Okay.
You are the person of hope, so Archono
No,
is the
that's
editor.
okay.
I am.
I'm
Okay.
duty.
Oh, you're okay.
Yeah. And I feel like it's my duty to ensure we can make it, for the sake of the kingdom, But Blair would kind of take a position behind Cassandra and project her spirit to sort of empower Cassandra's ritual. Would be the go
Okay.
for that.
Okay.
So let me re-roll this insight thingy. How do I just do that? Is it 1d8 or 1d10, right? Okay. Ooh. Hey, that's better.
Okay.
So that would be 14.
Okay, yeah. So it becomes a success.
Yep.
So my other question is, so for Zinnia, did you spend the Fabula point to make yours a success too?
Sure did.
Okay, so it's +4
So I'll be
altogether.
It'll probably be a +2 more on whatever this result is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, it should add it.
Oh, because Zinnia didn't actually do it in the Foundry thing.
Yeah,
So
that's
it
okay.
still says failure there, so.
Zinnia is playing by phone right now, so we
Oh,
can
that's
make the
valid.
adjustments
I mean,
ourselves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Zinnia rolled for the support check though, so
I think they, in the chat, they said they left their computer like a minute ago.
So we got 17.
Okay. So,
That's a big success.
indeed.
technically, sorry, 17.
So, what we have here then, as a general picture, is we have Zinnia and a bunch of small critters are helping arrange these rocks and sticks in a perfect circle, essentially. And Blair is actively encouraging and making sure that Cassandra is in step with the ley lines and energies and magical energies associated with the environment and curling it into the circle. I forget what his name is. Edgar. Edgar has performed several different calculations to make sure that the buoyancy of the spell is going to be enough that all of you can walk on water without sinking up to your ankles or anything like that. And as Cassandra is walking around the outside of this circle, Levine is kind of paralleling them in step and trying to very synchronously perform this small dance almost around the outside of the circle. And slowly you see water from the sea begin to be drawn into the circle, and it's just kind of creeping through all of the different cracks in the rocks, and it's beautiful. It's like blood flowing through veins coming up this rocky shore into this natural circle that you folks have formed, and it's slowly pooling, and you can hear the water, really cold water, dripping into and slowly filling this circle. And you see magical energy coalescing across the top of this pool of water that has been created, and there's lots of little bubbles and effervescent mist that is coming off of this, and the mist is just this slightly almost yellow, kind of purple color even, and when the dance and the ritual is all over, Cassandra is the first one to step into this pool, and at first her foot begins to sink into it and then float on the top. And each of you take your turns stepping through this pool that has been created and allowing your persons, your feet, to equilibrate to this new buoyancy. And the wild thing about this is that the balance feels very strange. Walking on water is still challenging because the water itself is moving. And so you imagine that this is a trek that is going to take some energy, but as long as you don't lose your footing, lose your balance, you are going to stay on top of the water. Congratulations on the ritual. You folks can divide up the MP cost how you would like. The total was 60.
Alright. 16.
And, well, technically we could do 12 each, right?
If everyone's willing to do that, that's fine. Split it up.
We could also try to save more for any other casters who might want to.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, because I have my, I can always pull out my gun if need be to do elemental damage. And I have my heavy spear and stuff, so I was thinking it might be better for Zinnia and Blair to keep more of their MP, honestly, just in case.
Okay.
So
I could give 20 if need
I can do
be.
20s. Well, I'll do whatever everybody else doesn't do, basically.
Let's have 3 people give 20.
Okay.
Should it-
So I'll give 20.
Yeah.
And
then that's
I'll
fine
give
then.
20.
I just wanted to make sure I had all the math right.
Do you want me to give 20?
No.
No,
We
we're
just
good.
needed the 3 of us. Thank you.
And then I'm gonna use a potion and potion rain,
Mhm.
or elixir and potion rain to give 25 MP back to 3 people.
Thank you, Edgar.
Nice.
That's funny.
So Running real low on IP though. No more tents for me. Not until I can find somebody else to borrow some from.
There has to be at least some kind of village. Jason, this is the area that you're from. You have to stop saying it's monsters.
No, yeah, there's other things I could just throw out there for that.
I mean, if
moment
it's
you want.
monsters too, I could make it work.
Well, that's fair because you can steal things from them. That's a good skill to have. Is that from being a tinkerer or?
No, that's rogue.
Oh, okay. That seems handy.
I took it specifically to try to replenish my IP.
That's funny.
Okay. What I would like everyone to do now is to please roll a dexterity and willpower check to perform the crossing while water walking to see if there are any complications to it. The difficulty class is only 7.
Difficulty 7.
I rolled
Oh,
a
yeah.
5.
I fumbled.
Oh no.
Oh gosh.
Anyways, I get a Fabula point.
I got a 7.
Nailed it.
I got an 8.
Nailed it.
Zinnia?
Oh, should we try to roll for Zinnia at the moment? 5 for Blair. Dang.
I wonder if I can roll a check for them.
I use my
Alright, so I
Couldn't
said
really-
dexterity,
couldn't hear.
willpower, roll check. Oh, that was
7.
cool. Alright,
Pass.
so I rolled a good check for Zinnia. Thank goodness. They succeeded.
I rolled a 4 and a 6 online.
Oh,
Oh,
perfect.
there you go.
Both succeeded in multiple
I
ways.
use my favorite website.org.
Oh man, I'm just sorry. I'm super excited to learn how to use Foundry. I don't use it on my end too much. What happens? Well, so Blair gets cold feet, if you will, literally, and does not step into the circle for quite as long as maybe they should have to fully allow the ritual to take effect, and so has a little bit more trouble keeping their balance and gets some water inside their shoes as they are performing this walk, this trek. And so let's find out how much damage you're going to take here real quick from
I have a gift for this. Hold on.
that. You are going to take 8 points of ice damage.
Perfect.
Brr.
And then, let's see. So, Levine, on the other hand, does stay in the ritual circle long enough to get the full effects. But at some point, there is a wave that they are not quite paying enough attention to, and this wave is able to knock Levine off balance and into the water, and so they are actively swimming and trying to get their balance. They get very, very wet from this, but eventually you folks are able to turn around and get Levine calmed down to the point where all of you can keep your balance and pull them back up on the water and straighten them out. Levine is going to take 11 points of ice damage.
Reduced by 1, right? Because that's my guardian feature.
Oh, neat. Then sure.
10 damage only. Yeah, it didn't hurt. Ah!
You folks walk for the better part of 2 hours, somewhat bow-legged, but managed to make it the rest of the way. And whenever you folks reach the shores of the Dark Armor Mountains, Levine, what kind of shore do they see?
It's just a lot of jutting rocks. There's like a small pathway you can see that leads up with this narrow trail. Really nothing that a boat could dock on. It's mostly just a lot of jagged rocks with a trail that you can follow up into the mountains themselves.
Okay. So you folks come upon the Dark Armor Mountains live up to their name. They are, in fact, very, very tall mountains, and the longer you travel towards it, the bigger they seem to get. They were somewhat imposing from the desert shores, but now that you have reached them, even just the island itself has a very sheer cliff face going around this part of the island. But as Levine said, there is a narrow path that has eroded away over time, enough to fit about 1 or 2 people wide, and to slowly climb up through this gap up to the main ledge. And so let's have folks roll a dexterity and strength check to make this climb.
I should have said it was all cotton candy and rainbows, man.
I told you.
Yo,
Well-
sick! I got an 11.
If I
What's the check I need to roll again? Sorry.
dexterity might.
That's
Yes.
what I thought.
I think you said strength.
I did.
Okay.
If I were to use my grappling hook to assist me, could I get a?
You can bypass the check with the grappling hook.
Ah, sweet.
Nice.
Dang.
Good for you.
Doing the Batman wall climb next to you guys.
So
I got 12. Yay.
all right. And we'll just I'll add in Zinnia's role as they have a chance to make it here. But essentially the scene is this. Levine and Cassandra manage to find good footholds and handholds, and are very careful in their path going up this small trench. Zinnia and Blair are having a little bit more trouble. Their feet are slipping on some of the rocks, and they take a little bit longer to do it. And they are out of breath, huffing and puffing as they make it to the top. And Levine and Cassandra manage to reach down and help pull them up onto the plateau here. And as you all sit down and catch your breath, you hear ka-ching, and Edgar kind of shoots right up with no problems at all, and manages to impress everyone, and takes a look at the group and seems like he's ready to move.
I also imagine him doing it in the Magitech armor too, and just like that big honking thing landing on a ledge up there.
Oh yeah.
So graceful.
Yeah.
All right.
It's got a little jump chest to help.
So let's see. I think we're gonna need to make nah, we're not gonna do a travel roll for this. So, fortunately, the road to Jimmy and Janks's abode does not take too terribly long, and Levine seems to remember the way pretty well and manages to navigate it without running you into too many dangers. The hike is a bit of a challenging one. There's lots of changes in elevation, and it does take a little bit of time, the better part of the day, to get there. But it is mostly an uneventful walk through the mountainous terrain. And Levine, tell us a little bit about the place where we're gonna meet Jimmy and Janks, and what to expect from them.
The first thing that we'll come across is kind of like a cave entrance that's kind of obscured by some bushes and other kinds of foliage. It's kind of pretty close into that cave there. Can't really see much going on, but Levine will. There's like this huge, kind of rustic, copper brass colored, some kind of like dark metal alloy. Just these huge doors, just giant metal doors. And she reaches her hand to a crevice that you can't really see very well, and she like clicks something, and you hear in the distance behind the door, like a clown honking horn, as a doorbell, effectively. And then from there, Gimme or Jinx would respond to the speakers that are also in that little corridor, and there's also a little microphone.
Okay,
And I
and
guess
yeah, what are Gimme and Janks like?
Gimme is a bit more of an introvert, a little bit more shy, reserved, tinkerer, lore master, high insight, low might, that kind of stuff. He's a haired gremlin, but as he got older, a lot of that hair fell out, as normally it happens, especially once it gets wet, and as they grow up to be an adult, it's just better to lose that hair, that baby hair. He has, a nice robes that look kind of similar to Zinnia's. Jenks is some genetic mutations. He didn't lose his baby fur, so he has to keep that incredibly dry, incredibly well groomed and stuff. But he's more of the extrovert. He's a little bit competitive. He's practiced martial arts, yoga, meditation. He has like D8 for all of his stats. He's also got the genetic mutation of like being extra muscular for his size, so he's like super dense, and he practices, all sorts of wellness stuff. Make sure to stay hydrated because it gets warm all the time. Wears plenty of clothes to keep his skin or his fur clean, and yeah, Fury, Rogue, and Dancer are kind of his main classes, and uses little Magitech knuckles made by Gimme. So I think that's a pretty good description. I'm right.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Okay.
So.
Oh, we lost Penguin.
Penguin's back.
Probably migrating back to the PC.
So, what you hear is at first a crackling of the speaker, and then kind of a little bit of arguing, a little bit of conversation, just barely audible through the speaker. Yeah. Somebody found the switch. Who found the speaker? Who is it?
It's Levine. Me and my friends made it.
Gimme, it's Levine! Levine's home! And the doors start to open up for you folks.
And then Levine kind of gestures for them to come in, and she kind of waits for everyone to get in before she, because like they have like an external switch they can hit for it too, where they're at, to open or close. So.
All right, cool. And as folks walk in, what do we see?
It's kind of a little. The cave stretches out forward for a little bit, and you can kind of see light coming in, and the light is coming from this giant shaft that is through the top of the mountain. It's like very sheen and shimmery, where light bounces off it. You see a little farming system set up there too, around where the ledges around there. Automatic sprinkler system. There's a bunch of little gadgets too, like digital mechanical clock. Uh, it just has a little tiny Magitech crystal powering it, so you can hear go tick, tick, tick. There's a little forge they have set up there. Just some lights they have set up in some areas too, and there would probably be just a whole sort of stuff where they do their smithing, their food, all kinds of stuff like that, and just this little intricate cave systems.
Cool. And so, running up the hall, you hear Jenks, the familiar, somehow familiar despite it having been a significant period of time since you've seen them, the familiar sound of chunk, 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 running through the caves towards you. And Jenks sprints into view and comes up and gives you a huge hug and says, Vini, you're home!
And Levine gets down on her knees to catch the little guy, and at this point too, like, her wounds have healed up, but she has, like, notably she's not wearing her armor, and she also has, like, particular burn scars on the sides of her neck from the lava and stuff. She has her side backing and stuff like that, but it's pretty noticeable that, you know, she's taken some injuries. And she hugs the guy just for a really long time, just being very quiet at first.
And then, kind of at a slower, more deliberate pace, you notice Gimme making their way up the hallway, and but Jenks is currently fawning over you a little bit and asking you, you know, what happened. You know that Jenks has seen you worse than this. Jenks has seen you in a pretty bad way after you fled Armorica, and so Jenks is not worried for your life, but definitely wants to know who to send the pain to, type kind of thing. Whereas Gimme, as they walk up to you, they say, Levine, where's your armor? What happened?
She's gonna kind of take out this big sack she was carrying around and kind of just put it down and open it up and kind of show, like, the bits of armor that were, like, dinged up, partially just from the chiseling. There's, like, still small bits of, like, hardened rock on it. And she's gonna say to Jenks and Gimme, like, we got the person who did this, but it's been a rough road. And she's, like, kind of a little bit overcome with emotion because it has been quite a rough road for everyone. So,
Gimmy's face kind of falls at the sight of your armor, and sees how banged up you are, and you know, expresses their disappointment that the armor is trashed, but you know, also a certain kind of happiness that it protected you and did what it was supposed to do. And you know, Gimme says, I don't know if I can repair this. This looks pretty bad.
yeah, I did bring the supplies, but it's yeah. She's also gonna just hand off the supplies too that are in the bag and all that. And she's gonna start getting that towards the forge there.
And Jenks kind of eagerly grabs everything and starts to, like, unload it on the table and pick through it. And Gimme says, But where are my manners? Who are your friends?
This is Blair, royalty of Denova. This is Cassandra, former Sky Captain of Stormkeep. This is Edgar of Von Pemble of Pemble, engineer. I think you two would have a lot in common. And this is Zinnia. She's a young child who talks to animals, I think.
And so
I haven't heard the animals talk, but I hear she can talk to them.
So Gimmy's kind of a little bit awkward in the presence of everybody, especially since you introduced Blair as royalty first. Gimme kind of starts out with kind of a weird, unbalanced curtsy towards Blair, and then doesn't really know what to do with everyone else, and just kind of curtsies a little bit lower each time.
Here's how Levine is also going to introduce, and because she wants to introduce them, and she gestures to Gimme like, "This is Gimme, the world's greatest dark armor and possibly greatest Magitech engineer." Because Levine has just realized that some of the things that Gimme works on is Magitech, which Gimme does not even consider themselves either of those, but Levine does. And this is Jenks, the world's greatest grappler. Which Jenks does believe that too. Jenks is very confident in that.
So Edgar, you do notice Gimme eyeing up your arm a little bit, and is suddenly really taken with your Magitech armor, and just kind of looking it over, and just kind of scratching their head a little bit and kind of humming a little bit, like almost, yeah, that goes there, and this does this type kind of thing. And so as Gimme makes all of those curtsy, awkward introductions, Jenks says, "Hey everybody, nice to meet you," type kind of thing. Just kind of almost the total opposite of Gimme. And Gimme says, "I can't wait to learn about all this Magitech armor you've got, but where are manners? Please come in. It must have been a long journey. I'll prepare some food." And so goes off to begin preparing some of the food, as Jenks takes a lot of the supplies and puts them away for now. And before too long, everybody kind of settles around a table that is in one of the caves that is more or less carved out of the cavern. It's kind of this long table where they've basically kind of chiseled it out of a nook, and it's not super big. You guys are pretty crowded around this table. Gimme and Jenks don't entertain a whole lot, and don't entertain larger beings than themselves even less frequently. So, but they make a meal. You kind of start to understand where Levine's, let's say, style of cooking comes from. The food is kind of a hodgepodge of different things that you wouldn't normally put together. But where Levine often fails at this spectacularly, Gimme and Jenks manage to pull off something edible. It's far from the best meal you've ever had in your life, but it's more than serviceable given the remoteness of this location. And after most of the formalities of dinner and polite conversation finish up, you are ultimately asked by Jenks, "So, what are you gonna do? What are you thinking? Where do you go from here?"
I was hoping to get my armor improved on to help manage this curse that's been going on, but that's gonna have to take a backseat to this. Our friends and I need to I think we need to start thinking about taking the fight to Alonia.
Well, don't we have something to check out at the archipelago of the Isle of Desolation?
The atoll, yes.
Yes, sorry.
Wait, I forgot entirely about that.
So that's definitely something we can start considering. I don't know about waging war against the Empire.
At the very least, I think we do need an airship. Alonia has been able to strike at us multiple times. We need a way to be able to travel at least. And Levine is going to, I guess, look at Gimme and Jenks and kind of ask, because I was going to throw out this idea too that perhaps like they live more, away from a subterranean village of gremlins, haired gremlins, and various gremlins.
Mm-hmm.
So I was thinking like maybe there's like a subterranean culture there, and maybe Levine will ask like, would you happen to be able to help us work on an airship?
Gimme looks at you and says, one problem at a time. I'm still not sure about your armor. I'll take a look at it tonight and tell you what I think.
And I don't think we need help, really. I mean, Edgar getting a little defensive.
That's fair. Edgar is a very good engineer
I could build
too.
a ship. I could do this.
I could do this.
We were already making plans before.
I just need space.
Edgar might be the best Magitek armor engineer in the
mean,
world.
Technically, we're allowed to hang out in a safe place like this for as long as we want. We have to worry about the Alonian expansion thing, but like, I mean,
We're not good. Yeah. We're not preventing this.
Wait, what?
Yeah. I don't think
Sorry.
we're gonna
Okay.
be stopping the. We're not stopping the war in 3 days. So, it's got to take some time.
right?
Levine realizes she needs to exercise a bit of patience in this moment, so she's gonna take a deep breath, bring out the calm. No need to get agitated. So she's just gonna breathe it through. She's not gonna overthink it. Is what she keeps telling herself, and then she thinks about it a little more, and then tells herself not to overthink it. Oh yeah, Blair's feet were cold.
After you finish your
Levine-
meal,
oh, sorry, go ahead.
they do have a hearth, a relatively sizable hearth. Like it's by far the biggest chamber in the caverns you have seen so far, with a massive hearth in it. You gather that Gimme and Jenks, having worked with a forge, were able to create a very oversized hearth for their size. However, the caverns do get cold, being where they are at, and mostly it is run by coals that they are able to retrieve from various parts of the caverns and sort of almost mine themselves, type kind of thing. It's not a traditional wood burning fireplace or anything, but it's more like a coal hearth.
Very Minecraft in here.
So sitting by the fire, everybody is warming up and getting nice and toasty. At this point, Gimme has taken a full look at your armor, and Jenks has mostly been entertaining so far. And Gimme walks back into the room, not looking like they have good news for you folks. So at this point, please ask your questions, and we'll go from there.
Is she gonna make it? Is my armor gonna make it?
Gimme, the eyes are glassy. Like, they were really proud of the work they did on this armor. And they say, I don't think I can fix this, Levine. I wish I could help you, but this was always a band-aid, and we we combined our technology with what you brought with you from Armorica, but I just don't know if I can make it work again.
That's fair. I'm sorry. It served me well. It saved my life many times.
And Jenks kind of pats Gimme on the head a little bit and looks at Levine and says, "Well, tell me more about this curse. How does it affect you?"
It was, I made a Arcanum very angry, and they cursed me. And now when I try to use my dark abilities, particularly when trying to injure others, I can't control it. It just comes out of me, and it feels like it's changing other parts of me.
Jenks thinks about it for a moment and says, "Well, the armor was always meant to contain your abilities. Maybe it is time for you to learn to control them." And Jenks lets you know, there's a place where you can commune with the elements on the tallest peak in the Dark Armor Mountains. It's a temple of the elements, so to speak. I think you might be able to find answers or control there of some sort. Maybe you can solve this problem without armor and use it and control it instead of it controlling you.
And Lavina's gonna think back to how just even recently with the Arcanum that she came across, that came to her, and how she's been trying to acknowledge that she just needs to breathe at times. She's going to nod and intake that very well and say, I understand. Because a lot of that is what Jenks taught her, was to control her emotions more, whereas the armor was to help her get there. So she says, thank you both for everything you've done. You're my family.
Jenks says, "Oh, Vini, you know we love you. Your new compatriots are probably gonna be, well, as much family as we ever could be. And maybe in their strength you'll be able to overcome the trials of the temple. But we're not much for fighters, really. I don't think it would have been possible long ago, but you've grown so much, you've matured. You still can't cook, but everything else is pretty great."
Levine chews on one of the baked bird bones, Jenks' favorite, and she's like, I don't know, I think I'd be okay.
No, we gotta stop lying to ourselves is really the first step here.
I guess. I mean, you were making sense until about like 2 sentences ago, but I'll catch you up, I'm sure.
Are there any other questions anyone has for Gimme or Jenks? Anything else they want to talk about?
Because Edgar was wondering about like a place to build a ship at, right?
Well, I think the priority is doing, like, getting the elemental thing. Like, going to that peak for him.
Yeah.
I don't know. It doesn't feel like this place would have some sort of dry docks, you know? It's kind of a hidden base.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if there maybe be like a you know, because it's supposed to be mountains, so like there's like they have like those coves and stuff sometimes where it's like a little bit of water and everything, so you can build the ship in like a little cove.
So you get, Edgar, you get the idea that your instinct is correct. There is no dry dock or place large enough to construct an airship here. And also, based on the way Gimme and Jenks have been talking, that there is an abundance of like dark armor materials here, but fashioning an airship would take significantly more complex elements and parts in order to complete. But Gimme does indicate that they might be able to help with the construction of an airship. That's not foreign knowledge to them. They just don't have the resources or the space to necessarily do it where you folks are right now.
Right.
And Levine is going to assume, like, no, they probably could. Like, I don't know. I assume you guys are both so good at this, they could definitely get this airship built. Just put it right in this hole. Levine
I'm
has
sure
no
they could
concept
build
of that.
an airship in this hole. It just wouldn't be able to carry a human
Maybe
or a
one.
gremlin.
I'm just getting pictures of two gremlins riding a rocket in my brain right now.
Like the
Yo, that's a-
Warcraft goblin rocket mount.
What if we just built a giant rocket that we all tie ourselves to and we just guide it with sails? I think that would work. I think it really can work with our minds. We can put
I
it
think
together.
we may as well just walk on water the entire time.
Yeah, but that costs so much magic points, and
I
I got very
mean-
cold.
It worked well. It's your own fault for carrying around a whole sack of debris.
This is my armor. It's now broken. That I'll never wear again. Levine just plants her face into her pile of rubble of armor, hugging it. Anyways, yeah, we're probably gonna go to the
Maybe
temple thing as far as next things go.
maybe you can get a dark armor sword or something made for you while you're here. If that
Well,
makes you
if-
feel better.
I did retcon it a little bit that her sword was fine. It was just the armor that took the
Okay.
brunt of it. So maybe I'll have to start considering not using armor as much in the near future.
I mean, the armor did its job, so you
It
should
did.
definitely replace it.
True.
Any other questions before the evening draws to a close?
Yeah, I can't think of too much to ask besides airship and armor. So
Zinnia is convinced that Gimme and Janks aren't their real names and asks them what their full names are. But it's up to Levine whether or not he thinks that's funny.
Gibby and Jenks Mittens, that's their names. Totally their names, probably. I don't know. Hey, my name was Hugh Janus, so my undercover name.
Hugh Janus, like the god of beginnings?
God of beginning? What is that? I'm so confused. I think I just got outplayed.
Janus, the two-faced god.
Oh, okay.
Just with a hue in front of it.
Okay.
Okay. Then each of you find sleep. Not super comfortable sleep, but after the kind of day everyone has had, well, frankly, the week everyone has had, probably the best night's sleep that you folks have had in quite some time. You all feel well rested, regain all of your HP and MP. You wake up the next morning. What would you like to do?
I think we've got to prep to head up that mountain.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll ask Gimme and Janks if they have any supplies that we could trade
yeah.
for them.
Yeah.
Trade with them for.
Restoring MP.
Or IP.
I mean IP, yeah.
So they have 10 IP worth of materials that they are happy to give you for free to support Levine's journey. You may divide them up how you wish.
I have 3 right now, so if everybody else needs them more, that's
I also have 3.
I have 0.
okay.
I have full IP. I'm good.
Okay. And what's Zinnia's IP? Or, no.
I am down 5.
Oof, okay.
How many was it? 10?
Yeah.
Wait, you got 0, Levine? You should grab at least 3 of them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's probably fair for 1 heal, huh?
Yeah.
And I think Edgar should have 3 of them and give 4 to Zinnia.
Sure.
Because like I said, I'm good with 3, and you tend to use your IP to heal people and stuff, so I don't super need to worry about keeping mine all the time. So.
Yeah. All right, that puts me at about half IP, so that's...
Well, if I just take 3, you take 4, then you'll have.
I mean,
I can
I'm
just
6,
take 3. That put me up.
I'm
to
6 out of
then I'll
12 right now, so I've got a big IP pool, so
And he can steal the IP from
Yeah.
monsters, right?
yeah, so like 6 is good. Like that's two things, 2 potions or 3 magic spheres. So I'm okay with this.
All right. I will take 4. Then I'm up to 7. I also have extra IP, but not as much as you.
All right. Anything else before you folks set off?
Think we're good, right?
Yeah, I think we're probably good.
All right. Where to?
Up of that mountain. Oh, I can delete my runic plate now, huh? That thing's not coming back.
That is correct. Okay.
Crying noises.
It's not too much of a trek to find this particular mountain. However, it is tall enough that you folks cannot see the temple from the base of the mountain where you approach it from. But you trust Gimme and Janks that it is in fact up there. And you folks are going to begin your climb right after we take a little break, I think. Get ready to get started here. I would highly recommend, it's not a huge deal, but it's definitely going to show up better if you are using the light theme on Discord whenever we do this. I don't know why, but transparent selection is a thing, and I designed this to be kind of a white background with navy blue lines, and so if you're using dark mode, it might not be as easy to see. It's up to you. It's your call. It'll look nice on my stream and everything, and I'm going to change it right back as soon as I'm done, but it will definitely fit the aesthetic if you switch to the light mode, and might make your life a little bit easier. So, you learned from Gimme and Janks before coming to the mountain that there are temple guardians that guard the mountain, and essentially Gimme and Janks have only witnessed them once before and have never tried to climb up the mountain again, but essentially they're sort of like sentient boulders or snowballs that are going to come down the mountain at you. And so we're going to play a little mini game here and see how you folks do. I had this idea like 3 hours ago, so but I hope it's going to be a good bit of fun here. So, how many of you have played through Mega Man X before?
I've never heard of the game.
Stop it.
I've played it a little bit. Someone requested I did, and I was upsetty spaghetti. Don't remember who that was, but
I
So,
saw a guy die a lot during a one-shot kill run of the game.
it was Sias for anybody who doesn't know. Sias recommended
Mother of
it.
God, man, that's a classic. Another comparison that I might draw for this is from Final Fantasy 3 or 6, depending on which localization you had. Is essentially you are going to see multiple paths up the mountain, and the Mega Man X kind of reference here is the spider boss battle. You're going to have multiple lanes that you can go up, and there's going to be these sentient boulders coming down the mountain at you, and they will always turn at an intersection. They will always try, as they go down, they will always switch lanes if they have the ability to do so. And so what I am going to do is I'm going to get a timer here ready for you folks. And what I am going to do is I'm going to
I
show...
freaking hated that boss, by the way.
I'm going to show you the image, and then I am going to roll some dice to tell you what lane a boulder guardian is coming down, and you folks will have, let's give you 20 seconds to decide what lane you want to be in, to try and avoid getting hit. And all of you can participate, talk together. I hope it is total fun and absolute chaos. But this is going to be kind of a trial to get up to the mountain to the temple here. So let's see.
We try to type in our answers too, so we're not just trying to talk over each other with them. Even
Well,
like
if
put them
we're
in
in
the
a
mountain
timer,
height.
then we're gonna be. Yeah, it's gonna be challenging.
So, yeah, what we're going to do is you are going to have to type in what lane you want to be in the mountain hike thread each time I put in an image. I said 20 seconds, right? Yeah, that sounds pretty good.
Where's the mountain hike thread? I don't see it. Oh,
People posted a bunch of GIFs and now it's gone.
Sorry, I found it though. Found it.
All right. So
26 is at least better than that boss.
Oh, the
so
thread. Oh,
hopefully.
I see. Okay, all right.
So is everybody in the thread?
I'm as deep as I can go.
Jesus. All right.
Yeah.
We'll see how this goes.
So could you repeat the rules again? They always change lanes if they can.
Yes. It's not like Mega Man X where it can choose to ignore it and just come straight down on you.
Is this like that ladder tree game?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, yeah. Alright.
All right. You folks ready?
Yes.
All right. Here's the first one.
Wait, I just see one ladder.
Yep. That's how it starts. And so 20 seconds starts now. The boulder is coming down in lane 2, the right side.
Oh.
All right.
Did I lose my mind then?
10
since
seconds.
You didn't tell me that until I chose.
So,
5 seconds.
Let's see. I
And
can
stop.
over.
Okay.
I thought the
So
white spaces were the spaces. I was
no,
really
the
confused.
blue lines are the paths. So this thing is going to come down. It's gonna hit anybody in lane 1, which was no one this time. Congratulations, folks. Maybe I gave you too much time. Not to worry, though. I have several of these.
I assume these are going to get complicated.
Here we go. Let's copy that. Here comes... let me check my notes. Okay. There it is. And it is coming down starting in lane 1. 15 seconds. 10 seconds. 5 seconds.
Blair, move.
Done. Okay. Alright, so lane 1. It is coming down lane 3, which it hits no one. And I think 20 seconds is a tad too long. Well, that's not true. Let's say the boulder minions are going to start moving more quickly here, is what they're going to do.
Yeah, I was going to say, it could actually be faster the more we go up, so.
It depends if you start timing after you tell us what lane it is.
I start the stopwatch after I roll which lane it's coming down.
Okay.
So you guys get to see it for a couple moments. I decide what lane it's coming down, and then I start the timer. All right.
This is very creative, and you're the best, by the way.
Oh,
This is fun. Yes, I like it.
All right. So this time, you are coming up, and you see that there are 2 Boulder Guardians coming down this time.
Oh.
Right. Here's your look. They are coming down lanes 1 and 2. Timer starts now. Ten seconds. 5 seconds. Time's up. Okay. Looks like...
Really, we can also just wait for the smart people to choose. Just follow them.
Alright, so one of them ends up in lane 3, and the other one ends up in lane 1. Yep, so it looks like everybody made this one. I'm suddenly worried that there may be no solution, no correct solution on some of these, but we'll find out.
That's okay.
No, I guess that can't be true.
Yeah.
But like they may all funnel into one lane. I didn't check these. I just wrote them on scraps of paper and was like, okay, here we go.
Perfect.
All right. So that was number 3. Let's find number 4. Okay. This one, you see 2 Boulder Guardians as well. Here are the paths that you see. And they are coming down lanes 2 and 4. Timer starts now. 10 seconds. 5 seconds. Time's up. Looks like everybody got a guess in here. So 2, what happens? 2 goes down into lane 1, and 4 goes into lane 3. Yep, you folks are all fine again. You guys are really good at this.
All them
Ladder
platform
games are
fighter
fun.
practice.
Okay. As you, let's see, you are a little bit more than halfway up the mountain at this point.
Only halfway for it.
This time, you see 3 Boulder Guardians.
A lot of boulders.
Oh no.
And here's the next set of paths. Timer start. Oh, sorry. Lanes 1, 2, and 3 are the guardians. Timer starts now. 10 seconds. 5 seconds. Time's up. Okay, everybody's got one here, so let's see what we've got. Lane 1 ends up in 3. Lane 2 ends up in lane 4, it looks like. And lane 3, switch, goes into lane 2. You folks made that one. Alright, couple more. We have 3 Boulder Guardians again. Here is your paths. And they're coming down lanes 2, 4, and 1. Timer starts now. Ten seconds.
Whoa.
5 seconds. Time's up. Okay. Everybody got a guess in? Oh, we got some different answers this time. Alright, so lane 1, what happens? Shifts to 2, shifts to 3. That doesn't hit anybody. Lane 2 goes there, comes back. That goes to lane 1. That doesn't hit anybody. And lane 4 stays in lane 4.
Mistakes.
Right?
No, it goes to lane 5.
It goes to lane 5, and then it comes back to lane 4.
I
Yeah.
misread
Oh, we
that.
finally hit somebody!
Oh yeah, I misread that.
Gasp.
Ah.
Levine just eating carrots on the way up here.
just
A whole bunch of carrots.
plows through, let's see, that'll be Edgar, Cassandra, and Kells.
Yeah.
Dang.
Field goal.
I was trying. I totally, for some reason, did not see that top line. My brain was like, "That's not there." And I just-
Okay, so this is going to
Ah.
do 14 physical damage
Alright.
to each of you. You made it
That
this
was
far.
Right? That could have been way worse, honestly.
All right, I reload the game and I start from scratch.
Yeah, we want 100% this.
Yeah, that's what I did.
Yeah.
Flawless victory.
Are we save states coming here?
Oh,
Absolutely.
yeah, totally. Yep, totally.
Well, you never know. You might get different RNG gumming up the mountain this time.
The RNG is seated when you start this game file. Everyone knows that.
Okay, you are nearing the apex of the mountain. You can now see the temple at the top of this mountain. It's actually carved into the peak. But you can see now that there are 4 boulder guardians on this last part of the slope.
Woof.
Here we go. Here are the paths. The lanes are 1, 2, and 5. Timer starts now. Ten seconds. 5 seconds. Time's up. We'll give this one to Cassandra at the buzzer here.
Sorry.
Alright, so let's see. Lane 1 shifts to 2, shifts to 3, shifts to 4, shifts back to 3, back to 2, back to 1. Kind of an easy one there. That hits no one. Alright, lane 2 goes to 1, goes back to 2, goes to 3, goes to 4. So let's see. Zinnia's going to get hit for one there.
Can I protect Zinnia?
You're not in the same
You're,
lane.
you're not in the same lane, so you
Dang,
can't.
that's true. I'm not even. I'm way over.
All right, lane 4 goes to 5, back to 4, and to 3.
Ooh.
Okay.
Lane 4?
Wait, 4.
Yeah,
It was
so
5.
oh.
It should have been lane 5.
It was
You said
5.
one-
Wasn't it 5?
Yeah, you said 1, 2, and 5.
I said
You also
1,
did say there
2,
was-
4, and 5.
Oh,
4
I
and
didn't.
5.
Yep.
Oh,
I missed 4.
I didn't
so
hear 4
I
at
got
all.
lucky.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, we didn't because you did say there was 4 boulder guardians, and then I only heard 3 numbers, so I was
Yeah.
not going to correct you that there should be 4.
Somebody on Twitch, get a clip. Let's find out who's right.
Nobody's
My
watching.
comments-
Nobody's
they're
watching.
repeating.
All right, lane
Oh, no.
5 goes
watching
to
now.
4,
Hold
goes to 3, goes back to 4, goes back to 5. All right. So let's see. So we've got 1 boulder hits Zinnia, and 1 boulder hits Edgar and Blair. I think that's it. So let me roll some damage here. So the one that hits Zinnia does 17 points of physical damage. And the ones that hit Blair and Edgar, good. You got a good roll. Do 12 points of physical damage. That was fun. I enjoyed that. All right.
Yeah.
Clip
Easiest
distance
climb
too
of
far.
my life. Been just eating carrots the whole way. Like, hey, that's pretty easy, right, guys?
Oh, I love that these gifs are making it into the stream as well. Okay. Some of them did, not all of them. Alright, I cannot look at a light background any longer.
Same. I gotta
Yeah, that was
change
rough.
that.
Yeah, that was the hardest part of this.
It was
All
fun
right.
though. I liked it. It was a really good idea for that kind of like trap setup. It's something I want to do myself. It's a great idea.
Yeah, that was cool.
Compliments
Be
to the chef.
inspired, people. Let's
Right.
see, and we'll find out after the after the stream if I messed up. So, but I think it'll come out in the wash. So you folks enter the temple, and this looks like something that has been here for a very, very long time. It does not appear to have been created by the indigenous gremlin population. It must have been. It's something much, much older. There are stone floors made of gigantic, huge stones that look impossible to lift by anyone human-sized, much less gremlin-sized. But it's mostly just this big empty chamber with an altar in the center of it. And on the altar, it says, in order to master the elements, one must wield the elements to create life and to extinguish it. And there is a when you enter, there is a pedestal that pops up next to the altar that contains a single seedling on it. What would you like to do?
What was the phrase?
In order to master the elements, you must be able to wield them to create life as well as extinguish it. See if we can find some new.
So that would be like Blair's healing stuff, right? And then
Light, I think in
Yeah.
general is
yeah,
something that would do both to a plant in particular.
and
But
technically, well, because spiritists in particular have like that sort of creation, like life, what, like, I don't know, like life force creation, whereas entropists seem to take away people's life force. I don't think any of us are entropists, though, are we? Maybe even just dark magic would do.
oh wait, yeah, soul magic.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm wondering, because like, uh, the idea is like the antithesis of light is the dark magic, and we are in Dark Armor Mountains, so
I could try to summon Dunkel. Is there anything else in here, I guess, that we should pay attention to besides the, this is a little sapling, right?
Mm-hmm. It's a seedling. So
Seedling.
distinct from a sapling in that a sapling is usually some sort of sprout, at least. This is just a seed by itself.
Okay. I guess,
Just
is
out
there
of
anything else that we can, like, search around the seedling or anything in general that, I don't know if there's anything else of note here, but...
So yeah, I definitely. Oh, sorry.
Sorry, Levine, go
No,
ahead
no.
and make a double insight check for me, please.
Okay. Will you allow me to bring out Dunkel while I do so?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to use, I have
Very
Quicks.
Dunkel.
Yes, it's a good name. It costs 30 MP, and with my... I gotta double check my quick summoning too, because I think... Did I forget? No, I put that here. Reduces cost by 5, and summon the air. I don't need a pulse, so I am just going to reduce it so it costs 25 to bring out Dunkel.
Okay.
And I say, Persona, I mean, Dunkel, Arcanum. So now I gotta do math in my head, which...
Okay.
Alright. Should I...
A raven, Dunkel approaches you and lands on your shoulder.
Okay, and I'm going to observe. I kind of imagine the way that he manifests is like a just like this cloaked hood or this hooded cloak with just like the wings that drape over my shoulders and the kind of the beak that comes from the face with these shadows that constantly move. But as like the shadows go in front of my face, my eyes shine through as like these red lights, these red embers,
Mm-hmm.
and that increases my insight die by 1. So double insight check.
Okay, go for it.
Okay, I got a 9.
And what are you looking You're just looking around in general to see if there's anything.
Yeah. Anything, I guess any type of element, signs of elements in the area, I guess would be the main thing. If there's nothing like super, like, is there fire? Is there water, signs of like water erosion, wind erosion? Anything like that, I think, is just look around. It's probably not going to help me, but...
It's actually just the opposite. Everything in here seems to be completely devoid of any evidence that the elements have played any sort of role in this temple. However, you do get the sense that there is that there are overlapping ley lines here, that magic that is cast is going to be very strong and have a profound effect in this place.
Okay. All right, I'm going to convey that information to my friends, obviously. Magic here has a stronger effect, basically, yeah.
I think
Are there any? Go ahead.
I was just say I think maybe it would be a good idea. I'm are we supposed to find like a source of like where Levine's supposed to go, right? Maybe where the ley lines actually like meet is the spot? Or is it like
You get the sense that this temple was
this whole
built
temple?
on,
Okay.
on top of
Okay,
that.
so it's just alright, so it's just the whole temple. Okay.
And that may or may not have something to do with it being a very high peak as well. You're not 100% sure.
Okay. Being up in the sky would make sense to make elemental and magic easier to cast, depending on what we were trying to do.
Are there any seeds or things around here?
There is a seedling on a pedestal as you walk in.
It's a little tree? Or not a sapling,
Wonder-
a seedling.
A seedling, yes.
Does your compass have any kind of reaction to this area?
Oh yeah, is my compass reacting? It's a good thing to ask.
It is currently showing north.
Okay. But like the voices haven't like picked up at all. They haven't gotten stronger. Like the magic from the compass hasn't really been affected by the area.
You can still hear lots of the different voices. Make an insight and willpower check, Cassandra.
Okay.
I will say too, right now I'm mostly just thinking about casting some kind of dark magic on the seedling, but I kind of
critted.
wanna. Oh, nice.
Okay.
Hey, you can reduce your clock.
Yeah. Can I reduce my compass clock?
You may,
Does
however,
it get rid of it gets rid of the bonus things?
no.
Okay.
Whatever ones are unlocked stay unlocked, but you can wind back the clock so that
Okay.
the next one is less likely to unlock. Does that make sense?
Yeah. So another thing is, how many segments are in the Elonian expansion clock?
Currently, it is at 9 out of 12.
And I can do 2, right?
You can remove 2 sections.
Wait,
I
does it go up per session or per day?
It goes up per session. If it was
Okay.
per day, you got the whole world would be under Elonian rule.
Right?
It would be a rough time for us.
I am gonna make an executive ruling here that your opportunity, momentous as it is, cannot unwind the Elonian expansion clock. There are too many different people and powers going into that.
Okay.
If you were to crit on something that was directly interfacing with that, I would say maybe, but I don't think that this particular opportunity would apply to that situation.
I'm gonna do it to my compass clock then. Oh yeah, that does make sense.
Okay.
I
Turn
did
back
really
my
good at
compass
tying
clock.
my shoes, so the whole war is gonna slow down.
Yeah. So
Maybe
Cassandra,
we should ask to see the pendulum.
I have your clock is now at 5 out of 12 sections. Is that right?
Hold on, let me double check. Yes.
Okay. I have adjusted that. And let's circle back here. So with your magnificent critical roll, you are able to adeptly listen in to the voices. And the voices are all talking about what Levine has essentially read out loud to everyone. And so the voices seem to be talking to each other, even saying, elements that create life, elements that destroy life, things like that. And you get the idea that some elemental spells that are cast in this place are going to have a positive effect on the seedling, and some are going to have a negative effect.
Oh.
I mean, it's a plant, right?
So it needs
Was
water.
there anything unusual about the plant?
It's just a seedling. It is a fairly large seedling by all measures. It is about the size of, say, it's about the size of Levine's fist, we'll say. Pretty big.
We could try to perform an elemental ritualism to combine two different elements on it at the same time, maybe.
We could try to water it.
Yeah, that's kind of the vibe. I was getting water and some light.
Just pour some water on it and see if that does anything.
The only problem is all my spells are ice spells, so we would have to make the ice and then melt it.
Well, so we're traveling, so I assume we got some sort of like
A
water skin
canteen.
or
Yeah.
canteen.
Yeah, but I wasn't sure if it had to be magic or if
But
it
we
could
don't
just
know.
be. That's fair.
So we can just try.
Water
Worst
it,
comes to
Edgar.
worst, we get a
I'm
wet
down.
plant.
Yeah, that's fair. I'm sure it gets rained on at some point.
Okay, so what are you doing first?
We guess we could just water it with a canteen.
Yeah, good water
Sounds,
plant.
it seems safe-ish, right? Since it's not magic, at least.
Right?
Mhm.
If it feels that the worst comes to worst, we just water the plant.
Yeah.
Or if it does actually do something, that might tell us about the strength of the magics in this area. So yeah, we could just water it and see what happens. Just take out a canteen, glug glug glug.
Okay. You sprinkle a little bit of water on the seed, and the seed seems to absorb the water, and changes color slightly and seems to swell.
Oh, that's swell.
So now the thing is with plants, oftentimes, and like I'm not saying we have to do this, but oftentimes if you set the ground around it on fire, new growth happens. And since we're supposed to do an element that brings life and an element that brings destruction,
Oh yeah,
that's what I'm understanding, right?
we should burn it.
Right, who's the best pyromancer in the group?
I have Ignis, but I would maybe go with Edgar to see if he could do a more controlled flame thing. With like
Doesn't
his
somebody have
rituals.
volcano? We should use that.
An excellent idea.
Levine gets flashbacks. She immediately thinks about trying to protect
I
Edgar
did
from it.
realize I should have maybe when we were playing. I was like, oh yeah, casting volcano might make people feel some kind of way later.
Yeah, if Edgar or Cassandra, I guess, want to try to create a ring of fire around it.
I mean, I got my gun, and I don't think I can do that. Though I don't think we should do something around it. I think we should affect it directly.
I mean, I guess you could shoot the seedling with your fire gun.
That's why I was wondering if like you could like adjust the power and like make it like really low level.
But this is one level.
It's just one level, okay.
It's blast. It's turned up to 11. And I
Well,
broke
'cause,
the
like,
knob.
Because my only
Can
thing
I try to?
is specifically casting spells. Sinus said that he'll be stronger, so I'm a little worried.
Can I try to just take a flint and steel and maybe try to find some kindling I could gather? Get that
Just make a little
going.
fire around it. Sure.
Yeah, and then just try to gently lower it on top of it, if anything.
Okay. Let's see. Um, make an insight and willpower check for me.
Alrighty.
Oh,
Oop,
while
my
Levine's
mic.
doing that, can I ask my compass?
Oh.
Do any of you know what I should use for the element of destruction?
I got a 4.
Okay. You are not able to find any kindling. You are very high up on the mountain. It is a snow-capped mountain, and there isn't much vegetation to speak up here.
Have
That
you,
makes sense.
just reach into your pockets and grab one of your elemental shards.
Oh yeah. Don't you have shards of your dark armor or something?
Shards of my. Oh, I guess like with IP you can buy elemental things, right? Or how does that work?
For two
Yep.
IP, you can get an elemental shard to do 10 damage of one element of your choice.
Well, I mean, I guess I could
Airbolt,
use.
earth, fire, or ice.
It's gonna be a bit of my
I can just cast Ignis. If you're willing to let me do it, and if it goes wrong and you're not gonna be upset about it, I'll do it.
do
I just don't want
it.
to break your thing. I'd feel a little bad.
I'll be ready to block whatever
Do I
explodes,
have to roll
I
for
guess.
it, or can I just cast Ignis on it?
You can just cast Ignis on it.
Okay.
Try to be
I
gentle.
wasn't sure if I had to, because technically. So I'm going to
Gentle
cast
Ignis.
a gentle Ignis on the seed.
Okay. Okay. So
Please let this be correct.
So make sure that you subtract your magic points for that. You cast Ignis on the seed, and the flames envelop the seed, and you hear almost a screeching noise coming from the seed. And almost like some tendrils kind of poke out from one crack in the seed. But no other changes.
Okay.
Okay, well it didn't kill us yet, so that's good.
What if I use Terra as well and then actually put it in soil? Because because it looks like it's germinated basically, right? Like the seed is germinated.
That's
Like
not
it's got
it's
little.
a seedling.
That is
Oh, it's a
that
seedling.
does
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds like it's starting to sprout, so now we gotta put it in soil, so that makes sense, yeah. Yeah, I think this is science.
I thought it was already in the ground.
Is it in the ground?
You know, no, it's
You-
on a pedestal.
Yes, you are in a temple that is filled with stone. Has stone
Okay.
floors, stone walls. Light does peek in from the outside, but it does not seem to reach the center of the room, the altar that you're in.
Someone needs to
wait.
cast light magic to be like the sun.
What if I just pick it up and raise it up to the light?
Yeah, also that.
Also a good idea.
Yeah, I'll just do that quick and see what happens. Hopefully it doesn't bite me too much, but...
Okay. You gently pick up the sapling the seedling, and hold it into the light, and it almost seems to dance in your hands a little bit.
Oh, it's one of those. Does it also have sunglasses?
No, the seedling does not have sunglasses.
What happens when I try to use some of my... Like, not as a direct attack, but I want to surround it with, like, my I guess it would be kind of an attack, but I want to use my Shadow Strike on it, I guess, to kind of envelop dark energy around it while it's in the light as well.
Okay.
Should I roll for the damage to myself with that?
Yes.
Okay. So let's see. 1d10. Ah, only 2 damage to myself. Nice. That's the lowest I've rolled. And since is that, I guess I technically take 1 damage because I reduce all damage by 1.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I cast Dark Strike on it.
Okay. So, you allow some of the dark energy to seep out of you, and it interacts with the seedling, and the seedling seems to be almost trying to pull out of your hands, type kind of thing, and it's kind of screeching and trying to escape in the direction of the light.
Oh, that's okay. Well, no, I just raise it up even more to kind of.
Okay. And by the way, you take 3 damage, not 1 damage. Your clock has advanced such that your HP and damage from Siphoning Strike is doubled.
Ah, okay.
Your clock has also advanced to 7 out of 12 sections.
Nice. Yeah, that wasn't worth it, but well, no, knowledge is power. All right. So, I mean, I guess I'm gonna put it back on the pedestal.
Oh, I still think someone needs to cast light magic on it.
Yeah, that seems like the next.
Because the thing with
The
Terra is it says spires of jagged rock erupt from the ground. And while Sinus does let me stretch my spells sometimes, I'm not sure if he'll let me do soil instead.
Yeah, but I wouldn't really
Yeah.
consider Earth as life-giving.
Maybe we should ask Blair to
I would
cast
disagree
Lux.
with that, but we can agree to disagree.
Earth is more
just-
like
Nope.
housing, or life housing.
That's fair. It's housing.
I'm willing to Lux it if you want.
I think Lux is one of the better options at this point.
Because we're running
For
out of
sure.
Lux.
Alright, Luxie, let's go.
Yeah.
Wait, Lux?
Yeah.
It's light.
It's supposed to be life-giving. This is like
It's
Yeah, you're so...
you got heals.
light.
No, this is light is both it can kill and it can heal.
So,
That's
So
fair,
kind of
actually,
like-
in this scenario, but
Blair, you're able to materialize light in your hands, and the seed seems to dance in the light a little bit. But overall, it doesn't really seem to have changed much since Levine put it in the light.
did the compass answer me at all earlier? Either?
You didn't
Okay.
ask it anything. You
no.
listened to what the compass was saying.
Oh no, but I said
Oh,
I wanted to
yeah.
ask it something later.
Oh, well, you
When Jason was
please
here.
ask.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
was asking if, because like they're talking about it, so I'm like, do you know what magic I'm supposed to use here? What is the magic of life and what is the magic of death?
Roll a double willpower check.
Okay.
Isn't that like the soul magic? Isn't that death?
And that's what I was kind of thinking, because the thing is like Spiritus, because I was looking at the book the other day, because I get to pick a new level later. Entropists are chaos, Spiritus are life, and I can only assume dark stuff is the death. That was my assumption. You got an 8.
yeah. Unfortunately, I don't know if any. We need the pendulum here if we want soul magic, probably.
Oh, I should have called him here. That would have been funny.
Okay.
That's what, at least the way I'm thinking about it, but I don't know how we replicate that.
You, with that roll, you get the general consensus from the compass that in order for a plant to sprout or to grow, it requires nutrients from the soil. and that Earth will be your
Right, yeah.
ally in this process.
So yes, I should use Terra then apparently. Because that's the only Earth spell I
Alright.
have. Unless someone else has a different Earth. Like, do you add all Zinnia? Because you have like animal stuff or no? Alright.
I mean, before we do this, we'll probably put it in the light, and then you can give it a nice mound of dirt. I could also use Fabula points to cast Earth
No, it's
magic
okay.
too.
So if I use
Inventory
Terra
points, not Fabula points.
Or yeah,
to do Earth
inventory, my
magic
bad.
on it, can it be soil instead then?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Okay.
So I
So,
put Terra,
um,
10 MP.
you are able to. You find that you have very good control over the elements in this place. That where your magic can be unpredictable and difficult to control, particularly in a conflict. In this place, there is peace and harmony of the elements, and you find that you're more easily able to control how the earth is manipulated. And so rather than a spire of rock, you are able to create a small swirl, a small mound of dirt and soil on the ground in this place.
Nice. So we have soil to plant the seed in, or plant the seedling in. And then we put
And then we put it in the. We put the soil in the
and
light.
then water it again, maybe?
Water
Like
it with a can.
put more water on there.
Okay, you add more water to the soil. It does seem to you swear that you see a small sprout emerge from the soil.
See, as far as they don't really do water magic for elemental stuff. For just the
Yeah, it's
spells.
ice.
It's mostly just
or-
ice. But I feel like I could still, because I have more control here, right? So I could probably use one of my ice spells in order to like put water on it
Reasonably.
magically. Yes. So I'm gonna use Glacies. It says you coat your foes under a thick layer of frost, so it's like a nice layer of water, basically.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Well, cast it on the ceiling.
Cast it on the ceiling?
Yeah, cast it on the ceiling.
Oh, then it's
Oh,
and then it
yeah.
falls. Hey, yes,
Cast it on the
Yeah.
ceiling, and then I will melt it.
yes.
Nice,
Oh, that's a good idea.
nice.
So it's like rain.
Hmm.
That's so smart.
Someone needs to do lightning too. We need to replicate a thunderstorm.
Okay.
So
I'll
I'll
use an
cast
IP if I
the
have
actual
to.
ice laces on the ceiling so Edgar can melt it.
Okay. Mark off your MP.
And then I will reconstruct my gun into a fire element.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll be honest, I can't
Wait.
remember what element it was. It is currently bolt. Alright, so yeah, reconstructing it to fire and shooting it.
Okay. The ice begins to melt and water drips from the ceiling. However, something peculiar happens. The water doesn't seem to be raining directly on the mound itself. It seems almost like there's some sort of barricade around it that is preventing it from hitting the soil. Hitting all around it just fine.
Huh.
Interesting.
It doesn't want water.
Where do you need water? Does it need light again? Like a healing spell light? Or just light? Does anybody have a mirror so we can like direct the light that's above us to the Edgar, your armor's shiny. Come here. Just position Edgar so the light shines off him onto the mound of soil.
I wish I had my armor. Cassandra could angle me at the sprout.
Just reflect it from your the compass on your chest there. Just
That's a good. That's actually a
Actually,
good point.
wrist, but
On my wrist. Yeah, I'll try to
on the wrist, yes.
reflect the light from the temple using the compass.
Like
Okay.
you do to your friends, and you just like flash them in their eyes with the
Like
reflection
a
of your watch.
yeah, like a magnifying glass.
Back when people wore watches.
You do so, and the sprout seems to grow a little bit further. It's now about, let's say, 4 or 6 inches out of the soil, and it's writhing almost. It seems to be reaching out all over towards the water, but it can't quite reach it.
we need
Oh, it
wind
does
to
want water.
push the water into it, or something.
I'll just waste more NP.
Uh,
I'm gonna
yeah.
cast Glacies as a water thing right into the soil and the sea.
Just want to point out, it's going to cost a lot more IP to bring everybody's MP back up.
Yeah.
That's fair.
But
You're casting it directly into the soil.
Yeah, that was my plan.
Okay. Mark off your thing. There does not seem to be any additional effect from this.
Okay.
We probably need to. I don't really know. Like, we can use IP for some of
Is
this.
there any way we could like study it based on the reactions thus far and try to determine the order of which it needs certain things?
Oh, that wouldn't be a bad idea, actually.
You can make a study check if you would like. It is insight plus insight.
Okay.
while they're rolling,
Can we
do
make it a
some
group check?
You can make your own individual check, Zinnia. I don't think it'll be necessary to do a big group check here.
What was Edgar saying? Sorry, I don't want to roll yet till I hear what he said.
No, it's okay. It was in addition to your study. I was just gonna ask Simon because he said it was reaching around and like for water, but was it still in the range that was protected from the waterfall, or the rainfall that we did earlier, or has it grown beyond that and it's still?
So it seems like there is a perfect cylindrical column around the mound of soil in which no water or rain seems to be entering right now.
Okay.
Okay.
Alright, so Zinnia is attempting a study, I believe. What are you trying to ascertain?
I'm just trying to conjoin, what's the word, collate, combine all the information that we've seen so far and try to figure out if we're on the wrong path or we just need to kind of like, or we're close but need to kind of like rearrange
So,
the order we're doing things or just do more of it.
So you think back to the various things that you have tried so far, and it does not seem to like fire in general. It responded well to the water that was applied directly to it. It seemed to grow in the earth, and it seems to bend towards the light, is what you have so far.
It's the only thing we haven't tried is lightning.
I could try pumpkin puke. That might add some like fertilizer for it.
I mean,
Is that poison?
Yeah, but it's a plant,
Hey,
so it might be good for plants.
Yeah, it is something that is more of nature poison in its own way.
I don't have any actual spells that are lightning. I could use my
Yeah.
elemental weapon and just stab it.
I do like Zinnia trying to do poison though, because poison
Okay,
is something we
go ahead.
haven't tried.
And that is death giving, I suppose. But I don't.
Yeah, for humans specifically, but it depends on what you are at that point. So
Does it need wind maybe too? For like
that's another thing I was
pollination?
wondering. But yeah, maybe if Zinnia wants to cast that pumpkin thing.
I'm gonna do it.
Okay.
She starts gagging like she's coughing up a hairball at first.
Oh god, I didn't realize that was gonna be what you're doing. Okay, I would have said no.
Okay. So mark off your MP for pumpkin puke.
What is this child?
And you
Zinnia is Cassandra's adopted child. Leave her alone.
Zither and Zinnia are both hacking.
so you
I
puke
learned that from
on
the
top of
pumpkins that were
this.
attacking Blair.
You
Sorry.
puke on top of this little sapling, and you notice that it seems to be digging its way further into the ground to get away from this assault.
Okay. I
Hey,
think that wording
I
is very clear.
thought that would work for some reason. I thought that would work. Sorry, Zinnia.
The only thing I can
I'm
think
gonna start scooping it off with my hands. Get it off the soil.
is if maybe Blair actually does cast healing magic on it.
Yeah, it's gonna need it.
Instead of just light, but I'm not sure.
I'm willing to try. If you guys want.
I'm willing to do Ventus first to see if wind will help, but
Okay.
Yeah.
likes water and earth and bends towards
You're not even gonna have NP left by the time we're done.
I have 3 inventory points to refill, and I also have a gun that shoots bolts that ignores resistances, so I'm okay for the most part.
It's fair.
Okay, so what are we doing?
I'm gonna cast Ventus.
Okay.
So wind blows past the seedling. I don't know.
So what you notice when you cast Ventus is that wind seems to come from outside of the temple, and it's this really soft, gentle breeze, and it's make a double insight check real quick, Cassandra.
Come on, Cassandra, you can do it. Oh, I got 10.
Okay.
Oh, you crit.
That's
No,
not
it's
a,
two sixes.
2 5s. It's
not
2
a crit.
5s. Sadly.
So, with that roll, you do smell pollen. You smell the smells of spring wafting into this place, and it seems as it converges on the location where the seed is, the rain or the water that is dripping from the ceiling is also carried into the soil along with everything else. And at this point, the temple begins to shudder, and you hear this loud cracking sound. And suddenly, 2 very large, thorny vines shoot up into the air from inside of this soil patch that you've created and slam down into the stones and seem to function almost like pistons or elbows. And you see this impossibly large seed growing and growing attached to these two huge thorny vines and finally crack open. And I will let you folks see what you are dealing with here. I'll post it in the Discord. But this creature is massive. The size, it has grown at, immeasurably quickly, and is taking up most of the central space in this chamber. So let me go ahead and post that.
We have to kill this thing?
Please.
For some reason, I just thought we were like growing a fun thing.
There's no way we could have known we had to kill life too.
Well, we do know it does not like poison. So
Or
there's
fire.
that. Or fire, and it does not like the dark magic. So we have 3 things we know about it that it does. And that it likes water, earth, and what was it? Light?
Man, I'm so tired of this. Of Google Sheets not letting me copy and paste images out of it.
Oh, that does sound frustrating.
Classic Google.
It seems like something that it should be able to do super easily.
Yeah, you would think that.
I do this. I can't fathom why this doesn't work. Like, I've done it before. I don't know. And like when I press Control C, it'll paste into Google Sheets, but it won't paste anywhere else. So annoying.
We're gonna need to get Roll20 going. I don't know if that's like that, but
I don't think I can. Well, if you guys take a look on the spreadsheet that I use, it is there. But yeah.
World info?
No, it's on the play sheet.
Oh. Dang, that is
I
a
had to tab out
creature.
and come back in for it.
Oh, duh! I finally have a good idea here. Just do the new print screen and get it. There we go.
Yeah, let me see if I can copy and paste that bad boy.
Got it.
Nice.
There you go. That's what you folks are looking at.
What the heck?
And I need you folks to roll initiative, please.
Right on. And my initiative is better because
I'm offended that I spent so much magic to make this little thing that I thought was going to be a cute little child for me, and it's this giant creature.
Alright, should I lead initiative for this one this time?
If you want to, yeah.
If you'd like,
Should I do a group check? Dexterity Insight?
that's how it works.
Alright, initiate group check.
Oh, can I pull out my gun? As it's forming.
Sure.
I'm gonna take advantage of my new thing. Which is mostly good for initiative and study checks.
Oh.
Got here.
I succeeded.
I think that's everyone, right?
I think so.
Nice.
Well,
I got a 13.
this thing is a plant. Its initiative was 4. So
Yeah, take that, you stupid
Ah.
shrub.
the party has the first action.
All right. Made him big mad. Hey, how much MP you got left there?
Who?
Oh,
Cassandra.
Cassandra.
She's a 21 out of 71.
I can try to enrage this guy.
If
Go
you
back
want
to the
to.
basics.
Yeah, I don't have much MP left. So. But I can also restore my MP with using my IP. I think so. So it's like 50, right?
Yep.
Okay, yeah.
Anybody opposed to me doing
You
provoke
can
on
go
this
first
guy?
if you want. Yeah.
You do you, boo.
Alrighty. Roll provoke. Get this guy enraged. Total of 11.
Okay, and what do I roll against that?
Might and willpower.
Might and willpower. Got it.
I don't know if I can make plants angry, but we're about to find out.
Rolled a 7.
I had 11.
Okay. So it is enraged, was it?
Yes.
Okay.
And it has to attack me while it's enraged, or have me in the targets.
Okay. Okay. Then the creature is going to... Well, that makes that job easier. Levine, I need you to make a dexterity and might roll, please.
Ooh, okie dokie. I'm gonna roll with my box here. Let's go. Come on, clickety clackety. I roll for attackety. Ooh, that's it's 2 6s.
Okay. The creature attempts to devour you with its massive maw. However, you are able to kind of wedge your arms and legs between its teeth and sort of kick it off of you and keep it from eating you.
Can I take my opportunity to reduce my clock?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and that's 2, you said, is what we can do with that?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, Levine just took a moment, took a breath as she's about to get chomped down by this guy. She's trying to find her, calm her center, and she burst out of his mouth.
Okay. It is the party's turn.
Can I restore my MP? Is everyone okay if I do that quick, or does someone want to try to shoot it or something first?
Go for it.
Go for it.
Alright, I'm gonna use my IP to restore my
All right. The creature is going to. It seems it closes the mouth, its giant mouth, and it seems to swell sort of bigger and bigger and bigger. And when it opens its jaws, this huge cloud of yellow gas comes out. Let's see here. So that's going to be much. These and one of these. Jeez. That is a 3 against everyone's magic defense, which I don't think hits anyone.
No.
Okay. All of you manage to avoid inhaling this gas. It is the party's turn.
Well,
Anybody got fire?
I mean, I do, but I'm waiting for the others to go.
Yeah,
I
I
can
will
do
say
something.
if fire is effective, if everyone's cool, I will be using volcano on it.
I think Edgar could probably torch it, I guess. Hey, I'm not sure unless Blair has like a defensive thing to do, but we don't know what this guy
I
can do yet either.
don't really have an offensive ability that I want to use because it's seen to like light, and I was
Yeah.
under the impression that it would be better for me to like study and or heal, or
Yeah.
I don't really know what the attacks are, but they don't seem to be super effective, and I'm not sure if there's gonna be a need for aura or barrier right now, so I'm kind of waiting to see.
Yeah, I think that makes sense.
All right.
I'll probably just use Shadow Wings whenever it's my chance to go.
Well, it's your chance to go.
You want to do Shadow Wing, see if it's weak to that?
Yeah.
All right. I want to know too if it's weak to darkness.
So this takes the form of a bunch of bees that peck at all its stamen and steal all its pollen. Take that.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead and roll your attack.
Oops, they just pollinated it. Sorry, folks.
That's a solid 6.
Okay. Interestingly, your spell does seem to have an effect. The creature seems to grow smaller. It shrinks in the presence of this dark energy. It's still just as ferocious as it was, but it has gotten slightly smaller. It does not take any damage from the spell, however.
Oh. Does the creature go now?
Yes, sorry, it does.
Okay. Just wanna make
Sure.
sure.
Go ahead. It is going to attempt to lash out with its thorns. And one target will be Levine, and the other one will be Blair. That is a 9 to hit versus physical defense.
It means
I block it. I will protect Blair in this instance.
All right.
Is this a melee attack, by the way?
It is.
So this creature would take 3 damage from my thorns?
Okay.
I forget exactly what that is.
What type of damage is that? Does it say?
I guess it's 3 physical.
Okay. It does not seem to have any effect on the creature. Let's see. It
That's good to know.
does 13 physical damage to Levine.
I do block it though with a 10 defense. So.
Yes. So one of the vines whips you and does so that does 13 damage to you, and you are dazed.
Oh.
And then the other one comes down, and the other one you try and get in front of Blair, and it you manage to take the hit for Blair. It also does 13 damage, and you are slowed as well.
Okay. I thought he rolled a 9.
Oh yes, sorry. So those wouldn't actually hit you then. Never mind.
Okay.
Forget about all the things I just said.
Now I know I can do daze.
It's a
Alright.
scary
No, maybe I
thing.
should've-
Party's
I
turn.
should have taken it just for the heck of it.
Still Blair and Edgar have to go.
Yep.
I can use an ability, but I feel like it's not fair since I just heard what Sinus said. So like, I can wait.
Nope, it's okay. You can do what you like.
You sure?
This boss has special music. Go for it.
Yeah. Okay, then I would like to cast Reinforce on Levine, Cassandra, and Edgar, so that they're immune to dazed effects.
Ah.
Okay.
Nice. Man, if all it's. You know, I feel like I should take at least one of those hits now. Just one of those. Feel bad.
No, you're good. Alright, it is the creature's turn again. It is going to attempt to devour Levine again.
Oh boy, so I have to roll my might and dex.
Yep.
13.
Okay. It rolled a 9. You managed to deflect its attack again. It is the party's turn.
All right. So we got no idea if it's actually weak to fire.
You think it's probably weak to fire, but we don't really
Yeah.
know what.
It reacted to dark though, so all right. I'm going to pull up this PDF real quick. Oh fuck, never mind. Oh, the book is here, and this is faster. I just need to double check one thing real quick. I should have done that when it was not my turn. I could do it. I could just roll to attack. This attack deals. Okay. So I'm gonna. So you see Edgar reach into his bullet pouch and loads a special bullet in his gun. He's gonna take a shot at the creature.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna roll to attack, but it's not actually gonna be doing the damage.
Okay.
That's not my attack. That's my skill. That's my attack.
More
Crap.
DACA.
8.
Okay.
8 to hit. It's defense.
Alright. And what kind of damage does... Oh, fire damage?
No, it's no damage. This is just to see if it hits. So if it hits, then something will happen.
Okay. It does
I'm gonna
hit.
put a symbol on it. It does? It does hit? Okay. So I'm putting the symbol of weakness
Okay.
on it. Boop. So I'm picking fire. And whenever it's going to take fire, it will take 5 extra damage from sources
Okay.
dealing fire.
Oh.
Alrighty. And... Okay. At this time, the creature appears to swell back up to its original size and push back the darkness cast by Zinnia. It is the party's turn.
Perfect. The top of the order, right? So,
Yeah.
Oh, actually, what is this? Page 16.
Volcano takes 40 MP, so I can cast that if you all are okay with me doing so.
Do you want me to
does.
figure out if it actually will take damage from...
Oh, extra damage from the fire? Sure, if you want to
Yeah.
go first. Give it a little shot. I'm down for that.
Yeah, I'm down for that too.
That way,
Okay.
if it's not going to be...
Oh my god. I should have put those rules. Okay, so then I'm going to take a... since I didn't have to change my Quantum Magic Cannon, since it's been posted up there, I'm going to do 2 separate attacks and use the 2-weapon fighting rules.
Nice.
Okay.
So I'm just going to click this twice.
Dang. Dang.
10 to hit, 23 to hit.
Okay. And both of them are fire.
Both of them are fire, but the damage is not complete like that. I think we
You
got
did the
mixed
plus
up with
5,
the two
right?
weapon thing last time, but
The high roll is like 0 or something like that.
Oh,
right?
your second one is high roll plus 0 then? Is that right?
right.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So you load up the quantum magic cannon and
For both attacks. So
oh, I
so
see.
you just don't count the high roll.
All right.
When calculating damage for both attacks, the high roll is always treated as being equal to 0. So in this case, it would be my gun is plus 15, so it'd be plus 20, so it'd be 20 damage and fire and 20 damage fire.
Okay.
Because of the elemental weakness.
All right. So, pow pow! You fire off 2 shots that are infused with the element fire, and the creature screams out in pain. And there are 2 huge scorching burn marks on it, and the creature appears to have shrunk in size. I think that's the end of your turn. It's now the creature's turn.
Can I
It
just
is-
do a quick thumbs up to the rest of the group? Be like, it works!
Dang, that was sick as frick. That's technically 3 shots in a row, by the way, so it's super sick.
let's see. So it is going to attempt to devour Levine again. So go ahead and make a dexterity and might roll for me, please.
I don't know if this
You
is
can't get
better or
eaten.
worse now, because now the pressure's on.
Don't get eaten.
Ooh, that's a 4.
Okay. It rolled a 7, so it finally finds a hole in your defenses and swallows you up. You are currently stuck inside the creature.
Got your way out.
You take 15 physical damage.
Reduced to 14,
Okay.
probably.
Yep. And on your turn, you may make a contested dexterity and might roll to escape, or you can try and perform some other action. But those are your options right now.
Okay. Should I try to make my whatever attempt I'm gonna make here?
I was wanted to clarify, was the fire doing extra damage? I've been trying to look at stuff, so.
You get the impression that it was very much affected by the fire, and it definitely shrunk in size. You're not too sure beyond that.
Yeah.
So now my only worry is if I cast Volcano while Levine's inside of it.
Wouldn't be the first time Levine gets a volcano. She's used to it.
That's fair.
Actually, it's more like,
Yeah, I was supposed to do. Channel Sphere. So yeah, I'll just cast Volcano. It suffers 50 fire damage.
Okay, let me look up Volcano real quick.
I can also.
Come on now, there we go. A heroic skill. Bad. Is it just fire?
Yeah, it says 50 fire damage.
Okay. The creature again screams out in pain, and the thing is now essentially entirely blackened from this experience. However, it appears to be roughly the same size that it was before.
Maybe we gotta use all
have to use all the elements again?
Well, maybe
To
not
hit
all of
shrink?
them, but maybe like
Oh.
the darkness as well.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
That's
I
a
can
good
handle
idea,
that.
yeah.
All right.
I
Do
got that
darkness
covered.
inside of it, Levine. That'd be...
Yeah, that's what I was thinking anyways.
So the
stuff
creature
I did.
is going to attempt to thorn whip 2 targets.
Oh, I do also want to clarify in case it developed a resistance or immunity, that spell does ignore those. Just in case.
That's fine. We're good.
I just wanted to make sure.
Yep. Let's see. So
I remember that freaking lady getting immunities.
Levine, since you are currently inside the creature, I'm going to say that it does not have to be provoked by you for this round.
Yep, that checks out.
So let's see. It is going to attempt to thorn whip Blair and Edgar. Charity and
Don't do it.
that is an 8 to hit versus defense.
Oh, it's gonna.
Nope.
Then it lashes out with the tendrils, but the two of you manage to dodge out of the way just in time. It is the party's turn.
Now it likes ice, right? But it hates
It likes
darkness.
the water aspect of the
Yeah,
ice.
yeah.
Yes.
So earth,
And it-
earth, water,
Light.
light, and
If Zinnia wants to do
And wind.
poison, I can do dark from here, or attempt. So this guy thinks that I'm trapped inside here with it, but really it's trapped here with me. And I'm going to cast my new ability now that I'm bound with what's his name?
Dunkel.
Dunkel, yes.
Mhm.
Dunkel Pulse.
Yep. Okay.
15 to hit. Creeping Wisps.
Okay. You can't really see it, but the rest of the party sees darkness surround this creature and kind of almost expel outward from within through all of the roots and gaps in this creature, and it seems to shrink in size again.
Does it suffer dazed as well? Because that's an ability effect.
This creature is immune to the dazed effect.
Okay, that makes sense. He's kind of a special guy. I can tell by how he ate me.
Let's see. All right, it is the creature's turn. It is. Yep, let's use that. It is going to try and use its poison breath attack here. Might and willpower.
Oh god, what's that orifice moving next to me? I don't like this.
All
It
right.
stinks.
So this is a 9 versus everyone's magic defense.
It fails for me.
9 matches.
Okay. So
Fails for me too.
those that a 9 matches or beats, you take 11 poison damage, and you are poisoned.
That's even more inconvenient.
Let's see. That it looks like it's going to hit Cassandra, Edgar, Levine, and that's it.
No, I actually have 11 for magic defense, so.
Oh, you have the new thing on, don't you?
Yeah, my armor. My
It's
wooden
your
armor
right?
protects me.
Okay.
Yeah. Have higher magic defense than defense now.
How much damage was it?
It was 11.
I am in crisis.
Okay.
Oh no.
It is the party's turn.
The boulders guys didn't help earlier. Good thing we missed
Zinnia,
most of those.
puke on her. Puke on her, Zinnia.
All right. The puking spell doesn't technically do any damage, but I'm gonna do it anyway.
Is it? You said it poisons them, right?
It makes them more susceptible to poison.
Oh. I see. Does that count?
But it reacted to the dark magic even when I didn't hit it, so I think it's okay.
Okay.
Oh, is it dark magic?
That was
Yeah,
the last time with the Shadow Wings.
Oh, right.
Yeah. It doesn't like dark, fire, and poison as far as we know.
I think just for storytelling purposes, I'm gonna pretend that Zither is the one that shoots up on like this really gross green fur ball that there's like chunks of something in it, maybe like a mouse tail. Right on top of
First,
this plant.
You need to get that the cat.
First,
back,
it's chewing a little bit of the greens off of it first, like a cat does with every houseplant, and then it pukes on top of the houseplant.
Yeah, it pukes itself right on top of it. I love it.
Gross.
All right. So you were casting pumpkin puke on the creature.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
This is my favorite spell now.
So all over it. The creature seems to shrink even further and begins to wither and brown in general. Let's see. The creature's turn. Okay, we did that. Alright. It is going to attempt to Thorn Whip again. Find out who did. It is going for Cassandra and Edgar.
I disagree.
Oh, I've been forgetting to add modifiers. That's silly. That is a 16 versus defense to hit.
That is.
Cheapers.
Okay.
Okay.
So
Hey,
that is going
can I
to
protect that?
do. Yeah, I would say
Okay.
I guess you can maybe grab a hold of a vine to keep it from snaking out of there and reaching quite the whole way.
Okay, well, it's probably gonna hurt me in the process still, but
If a 16 hits you, then yes, you
yeah,
would.
that's yeah. I'm getting crunched.
All right.
Yeah, save Edgar though.
Yeah, I'll protect. Who's getting hit?
Edgar and Cassandra.
And
You're.
I'm pretty
you're
sure
kinda
Edgar has
weak.
less hit points overall.
That's fair. That's fair. I'll protect Edgar.
I have 31
Grab.
right now, so hopefully I'll be okay.
What am I getting hit with?
A vine,
Oh.
or you
I
were
mean-
gonna get hit with a vine. What is your? And Levine's gonna protect you.
Vine's not gonna hurt me too bad. I hope.
I'll protect you, Edgar. I'm gonna wrestle that vine in here. It's gonna wrap around my head a
I'm
bit,
in
and we're
big,
just gonna
strong
fight.
magic armor now.
Oh, do you
Oh,
have
true.
like resistances to these things?
Physical.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Oh,
All right.
you know what? I'll protect Cassandra.
If you want to.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll try. Let's see what happens.
For whomever it hits, it is 16 physical damage.
All right.
Ugh.
Or, sorry, 13 physical damage. 13 physical damage. My bad.
Oh wait.
And are
Physical.
any of the targets susceptible to dazed?
No,
am
they're
not.
immune.
Yeah,
Okay.
I was made immune by.
Are either of the targets susceptible to slow?
Believe
I'm.
not.
Yes.
I can be slowed.
I believe I can be.
Oh, so you only pick dazed. Okay. What a cheat.
All right. So let's see. You are each slowed. All right. Party's turn.
All right. I am in crisis.
Use the
So
heals.
Yeah, I can heal.
Um.
Oh, go
Or
ahead.
Sorry, this is the first time I turn in crisis in a turn, so I can do a free inventory action.
okay.
Sorry, in a scene, not a turn. But
Okay.
I'm just trying to see here.
And sorry,
I
one more
have a-
time. Who did Levine protect that time? if
I believe
anyone.
it was Cassandra.
Cassandra.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes, Cassandra.
I
Got
love
it.
that I shared that video. That's how you guys pronounce that now.
It's me, Cassandra. I'm just trying to see if I want to top us off. I'm really low on IP, or if I want to test a theory. Should I test the theory?
I mean, I'm always down for theory testing, honestly.
Yeah, then I'll be in a really rough shape. And so, where are we in the initiative here? Oh. Is this the beginning of the round?
I
No.
haven't gone again yet since I cast Volcano, I'm pretty sure, so.
Cassandra has cast Volcano.
I went first this round.
Right.
Volcano.
I think everyone has gone except Blair.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, then I'm gonna save my IP, I think, for now.
Okay. So, I can heal 3 people. I was planning on doing Cassandra, Edgar, and Levine. If that's cool.
Can you heal Levine if Levine's inside something's stomach?
That's a great question. Can I do that? Can I project my soul through plant bullshit and heal?
Was Levine able to protect from inside?
Yeah, Tina said that Levine could just prevent one of the vines from,
All right.
Let's
from
see.
reaching all the way,
You're just
basically.
puppeteering the damn thing from inside.
I mean, that's what I think Levine should do, is just, keep beating it up from the inside.
So, what are you casting, Blair? Just
I was
heal?
planning to cast heal. Yeah.
Yep, you may do that.
Alright, then I will heal Blair, Levine, and Cassandra. Poof. There goes the mana.
40 each.
Yeah.
I'm full.
Alright. So, everybody has gone that round?
Yep.
So I get healed too.
Yes, you do.
How
Did
much was it?
Zinnia attack again? I'm sorry, I didn't know if
Zinnia
they
did pumpkin puke.
Oh, that's right.
See
So,
what would happen.
the creature, now you see, begins to shake off the soot and the darkness and the withering poison, and it becomes green again and roars with an even more ferocious intensity, and it grows back to its original size again.
Ah, I should have just done the thing.
Yeah, I was thinking we probably need to hit with all the bad elements, but
Fucking knew it. Yeah, exactly. I was gonna try to use. I think the only one we haven't tried on it is Bolt.
yeah.
I also
So
still
we need
have
to do
Ignis, or I could shoot it with my
Bolt?
gun and do bolts.
Yeah, we need to do bolt, dark, poison, and fire on it in one turn.
Yeah.
Okay.
You might as well. Well, I'll try to do the Bolt, and then we'll see from there.
Okay. Yeah, if you
I
want.
got the dark cover,
down for
guys.
that.
Don't worry.
Oh, I actually might can't aim for shit, but yeah, if I can go first,
Mhm.
then I'll transform my gun into lightning, into bolt, and then I will take a shot. Change it to bolt, and then take a shot. I'm gonna crit.
Yeah.
Okay. You see the crackling energy jolt through the creature, and it roar in pain at the electrical energy surging through its roots, and it begins to shrink.
All right. Okay. All right. So that's it.
What would you
Use
like?
your
You
opportunity?
Yeah, think about your opportunity.
I'm thinking real good.
Okay.
Um.
I can circle back to you if you would like.
Yes. Yes, please.
Okay, that's fine. Let's see.
It's really hard to know in the moment what you want to use those on, unless you
Yeah.
pre-plan some stuff.
And then fortunately, I didn't open my Google Sheets with that information here. There.
You should trick the plant into revealing information. I think that would be funny. But it can't speak because its mouth is full.
Wait, I forgot I could be doing study checks on this guy while it's trying to swallow me.
All right. The creature is going to attempt to devour Zinnia. So Zinnia, I need you to roll a dexterity and might roll, please.
Can I do can I do advantage
Sure.
for the +4 bonus?
Mhm.
And then Zinnia can have a +4 bonus on that.
Go for it.
That's a good
Alright. Dexterity and might are two of my 4 highest stats, I'll have you know. So I rolled a 10 with the +4, thank you.
Okay. So the creature rolled double 5s.
call. Oh.
So what happens there? I guess that's a meat, right?
Yeah, that's like defender loses, I guess.
Yep.
Can I protect Zinnia by shoving Zinnia back out when he's going for the gulp, and then getting chomped in again?
That's why you gotta chew your food.
Do you realize how disgusting it'll be when I throw up from inside of it? It's gonna be amazing.
Okay. So here's what happens. The creature begins drooling hungrily and focuses its attention on Zinnia. And Zinnia begins to start to run away from the creature. And Edgar shouts at Zinnia to run as fast as they can, or to look out. It's about to chomp, and Zinnia dives, trying to get out of the way. And you see the creature just barely get its mouth over top of Zinnia, and then Levine kind of pops out and gives Zinnia this tiny little push out of the way, and Zinnia just barely manages to escape the grasp of the creature. Levine, however, is chomped for 15 physical damage.
Oh god, but it doesn't taste as good twice, huh, buddy?
And then it swallows you back down again.
Oh god, oh.
Amazing.
That's so funny.
It is now the party's turn.
All right, we got 4 attempts to apply. What do we got left?
I got
Should I
fire
cast-
I can do.
Yeah, you go ahead. I'll do the last hit if anything.
So, because it's bolt, fire,
It looks like
darkness.
and the poison also did it.
Okay, and the poison. So I'll do my fire. And I cast Ignis on it.
Okay.
There it goes. Oh, can I reroll? I want to reroll.
There's no need. So
Oh, it hits. Okay. Sorry, I wasn't expecting it to be that low.
The creature recoils at the barrage of flames, and some of those blackened spots show up on the creature again, and it shrinks in size. It is now the creature's turn. It is going to attempt to Thorn Whip 2 people. Find out who. Looking like Cassandra and Levine. So let's see here. We've
It
got
doesn't like me. It's trying to chew me even harder.
6 and
I mean, you did make it lose another meal, so it's probably
Yeah.
a little upset.
so that
I
is
mean,
a 12 to hit versus physical defense.
that hits.
Okay. And so that's Cassandra and Levine. So
Yeah. Oh yeah, it hits.
so that is 13 physical damage. Cassandra, can you be dazed?
No, I'm immune to that.
Can you be slowed?
Yes.
You are now slowed. Levine, can you be dazed?
No.
And you are already slowed, correct?
Correct. That vine whip's been wrapped around my arm and head for a bit, so it's just constricting me a little bit, so.
Okay. You are put to sleep for 1 turn.
Ooh.
That's not good.
No,
No.
that is not
Because
good.
I was
Do you
gonna
have
do my dark
cleanse
at
or
the end.
anything, Blair?
I
Or no,
do,
you
but
have
I'm out
NP?
of mind points, so yeah, I can't do
Yeah.
anything.
Shit.
Do you have any IP?
I do.
That doesn't matter though.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
that turn's gonna reset, and we're gonna have to redo this again.
So
That's
the
okay.
creature reaches out and manages to make contact with Cassandra and slow them down. And it also sends one of its thorny vines into its own mouth to attack Levine, being an easy target while restrained. Okay. It is.
No, it's funny now.
Yeah, I think it's the party's turn again.
Okay.
So I have no way of knowing that Levine is asleep, so I think I'll probably just puke again.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Okay.
So Blair looks pretty. Oh, that's your MP.
Yeah, I'm pretty thirsty for the MP.
So you.
Wait, if you use your IP, you can cast darkness with a crystal.
Can
I mean, I'm
you?
No, you can't do light or dark or poison.
Never
Oh,
mind then.
You can
Forget that
do
plan.
fire. Fire being like
okay,
actual
very
elements.
convenient.
Yeah, firebolt would be the two. Yeah.
Fire, bolt, earth, wind, ice.
Well, as far as what we need, yeah.
Okay. Mark off your MP, Zinnia. The creature begins to wither and brown overall and shrink in size. The creature is going to take another turn here. Not quite its last turn. It is going to. I don't think we've poison sprayed this around. Time for one of them.
We're due for good poisoning. Bring
Yeah,
it
I think
on.
that's the thing we're missing the most in this battle is everyone being poisoned.
I'm already there, so I don't know what you guys are waiting for.
So
Sorry,
that-
I'm slow.
That is going to be a 9 to hit versus magical defense.
Hits everyone?
Yes.
Doesn't hit me.
Yeah, it hits.
It hits you too.
I pass.
Well, I passed. My magic defense is 11. I'm pretty
Oh,
good
yeah,
at
yeah, yeah.
this.
Sorry.
Even though
So,
I'm asleep, but
yeah, it slows your breathing down just long enough not to be
Saw this
affected
one
by
coming.
it. This does 11 poison damage to those who are affected, and it poisons people who aren't already poisoned. And it is the party's turn.
Oh, why did I do that?
you did 43 damage to yourself, dang.
Why did I do that?
Did you set yourself down to 11?
I didn't mean to. What was that?
You
So
subtracted
10 points of
43.
damage. Hold on, I got it. And then it was 13.
Yep.
Okay, that's probably better.
wait a minute. I have my gun out. I'm immune to poison.
Oh,
Okay.
I forgot about
nice.
that.
You still take the poison damage, but
Oh,
yes,
no, yeah, I
you
still-
do
yes.
not have the status effect.
I think it's just Blair's turn. I can't do anything, but
Oops. I didn't mean to do that. I'm sorry.
I
Mhm.
will.
I just did 22 damage to Cassandra. We're gonna
In
fix
that
that.
case, if it's my
God.
turn,
Mhm.
I'll spend 3 IP to use an elixir to get my MP back.
Okay.
This is interesting.
Let's see. So, did Levine actually take a turn that round?
no, but I am asleep, so.
Okay. Let's see.
But it was for only one turn, right?
It would be this turn, though, right?
Oh,
So-
it's for Levine's.
Yeah.
Okay. that
Levine
makes-
loses one turn, right?
Yeah.
One go. So let's see. It is going to Thorn Whip again. What do we got? 30. Get some targets. Looks like Edgar and Levine.
Yep.
That is a 16 to hit.
Hits.
Oh, that hits.
Okay. That is 14 damage, 14 physical damage to each.
Okay.
And you become dazed if you can be dazed. And if you are slowed, you are put to sleep.
Well, I'm already put to sleep, so. What happens then?
Um,
I'm just like-
nothing worse than what has already happened.
Okay.
I'm sleeping.
Okay.
my
All right.
turn?
Edgar is asleep. Levine is asleep. Levine is losing a turn. Levine,
I
you
wake up right after that, but.
yeah, hang on. You take 16 points of physical damage from being devoured. And
So, it's-
the creature shakes off the withering from the fire bolt and poison effects and grows back to its original size. It is now the party's turn.
I would propose I go if I'm first on the team roster again, so I can cleanse Cassandra, Levine, and Edgar. So all your
Oh,
status
yeah, if
effects
you-
go away.
yeah, that's a
Yeah,
good
if you
idea.
want,
I'm down.
I mean, getting Edgar awake might be ideal.
I'm
plus
okay.
Edgar also sleep. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I figured that would be best for us, so that everybody
Yeah,
can
that's fine.
attack.
Give
Yeah,
me
Levine just
one
starts screaming
second
from the
before
mouth,
you
"Oh,
do
we're
that.
after school.
What? Okay.
What was that? Sorry.
Not Zinnia.
Science looking at something.
Yep. Okay. Carry on.
Okay, so cleanse purifies his all status effects.
Yep.
Including
Okay.
sleep? Or
Including sleep.
perfect.
We're all better now.
Cassandra, you can remove your slow.
All right. So who did you hit with that, Blair? Everybody
Yes.
or
Cassandra, Levine, and Edgar.
Sandra, Levine, and okay.
Boy, I'm glad I
Si-
picked that up after leveling.
Yeah.
Alright, the creature is going to attempt to devour Zinnia.
Again.
That is a 7 that you have to beat.
I believe in you, Zinnia.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
So,
That might roll.
Zinnia manages to dodge out of the way, and the creature kind of smashes into the wall and takes some of the stones off of it, and it kind of chews a huge boulder, crunch, snaps it in half, and spits out the remains. It is the party's turn.
All right, who should we get to use their ability first?
So nobody is slowed, right? So no one's gonna fall asleep.
Yeah, at least not in one turn. So,
I think it doesn't really matter.
should I hit with the darkness first?
Sure.
Yeah.
You're getting pretty weak there, so.
I might not last much longer.
Exactly.
Especially. Let me just do my Dunkel Pulse. More dark energy just burst out from me after I wake up.
Okay. The creature shrinks under the oppressive dark energy. It is going to Thorn Whip 2 targets here. Let's find out who. Appears to be Levine and Cassandra. Oh, wait, those are the wrong dice. Ooh, double 6s.
Oh no.
No.
Alright, so that is going to be 11 physical damage. And it will cause slow if possible. If not, it will cause daze. I think creatures are allowed to take opportunities.
Why not?
I don't know. I feel like I've never gotten one before. This is exciting.
I know Margulis got a crit on me. Just freaking hip tossed me. Levine's still salty about that. Like, dude is so cool. Being a megalomaniac.
Okay, so I'm going to go ahead. One of the things I can do is an affliction. Creature suffers dazed, shaken, slow, or weak. So it is going to attempt to do that. Find out against who. That is Levine. Levine, you are slowed and you are put to sleep for a turn.
Good thing you already did your attacks.
Yeah.
Right?
You should probably do yours next before he tries to do anything.
Yeah, I know I'm gonna do it next, don't worry.
Hopefully I might not survive this one, guys.
Alright, and I think, was it Cassandra was the other one, it looks like? You are
Yes.
you are slowed.
Yes.
And you folks hopefully took 11 physical damage, and then it is the party's turn.
I'm gonna use Ignis now.
Or shouldn't you use your
Okay.
gun? I guess as long as Edgar can do bolt, right?
Yeah, well,
Yeah, I can do whatever.
Yeah.
I didn't realize you were wielding your gun, so.
Oh,
that's
yeah,
why I
sorry.
switched to bolt.
well, since you've already have it on bolt, because don't you have to do stuff in order to switch it, or does it not matter?
No, I can change the element. I can
Okay.
just only take one shot.
Oh, okay. Mm. Yeah, I'll just cast Ignis, though. I think that's fine.
Okay. Go ahead and subtract the MP. Okay, great. it takes the fire damage and receives some scorch marks, some blackened spots on it, and it shrinks. It is now the creature's turn. It is, what's it gonna do?
When it comes for you, bad boys.
Have I tried to devour? Oh yeah, I did try to devour Zinnia. I think
You've
it's
tried it many
time
times.
for a. Yeah, let's do another Thorn Whip here.
Oh no.
This is going to be against Blair and Cassandra. That is a 13 versus physical defense.
It hits.
That hits.
Okay, that is going to do 6 and 5 is 11 physical damage.
I have
And
8 hit points left.
how many?
Gosh.
8.
Oh baby. If you can be dazed, you are now dazed. If you cannot be dazed, you are slowed. And Cassandra, if you were already slowed, you are now asleep.
How do you mark things?
You can't. It's not a.
Oh,
Yeah, sorry, that's a homebrew GM mechanic. At the
no,
moment.
that's fine. I was just trying to figure it out with all these little buttons. I was like, which one is it?
Like, technically, the book talks about putting people to sleep. It's just
It
not an
does.
official, like, one of the ones that affect your HP and your stats, so it doesn't have a button.
That makes sense.
All right, it is the party's turn.
So we just need bolt and poison now.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, Zinnia, you want to go next?
Yeah. So
Barf on him.
the plant makes a leap at Zinnia. Right when he smashes into the wall, she jumps all the way, and she's starting to feel like she almost came this close to just getting mauled by that thing. She can't believe she made the jump of her life, and she's feeling really nervous and just right in its mouth.
Okay.
Oh no, it's gonna get on the feet.
Yeah, I text Levine.
Okay. Sure. Levine, you take +5 damage from poison attacks from now on.
Oh no, it doesn't feel right. I'm unconscious and I got barf in my head. And a vine around my neck.
All right. The creature, all of its limbs begin to brown and wither, and it shrinks again. At this point, it is going, feeling desperate. It is going to attempt to devour Edgar. Please make a dexterity and might roll, Edgar.
What if I don't want to do that?
Well, go ahead and roll. The creature rolled a 3.
Okay, alright, we're good.
Nice.
After swallowing all that barf, it's not feeling so hungry.
Seriously, right?
So it lashes, it charges full speed at Edgar, who more or less trips on the ground with that roll, but that's enough to get the creature to miss. It is now the party's turn.
Failing forward, yes. Failing forward.
Get it with bolt, Edgar, and hopefully it's done.
Yeah, so I'm gonna, since it's already in bolt mode, that means I can do my double attack, so I'm just gonna try to shoot twice just in case. So 10 to hit, 8 to hit.
Okay. So you hit it with electrical energy, and the creature shrinks once more as the electrical energy sizzles and goes through it. And at this point, it expels Levine from its bowels, and the mouth opens up even wider as it is thrashing about. Your second attack, let's see here, is an 8 to hit. That is going to miss the creature.
Oh. Interesting.
The has Blair gone yet?
I
This
went
round?
first with the
Yeah,
cleanses.
the cleanse, yeah.
So everybody went this
Yeah.
round, right? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
So I'm gonna go ahead and say at this point, it is the party's turn again.
Okay, it
from
didn't
the-
grow.
From
so
the
that's
top
good.
of the round, it did not grow.
and I still miss a turn though, right? Because Cass and I both, I think.
I would like heals though.
Yeah,
If
I can
possible.
heals if that's what everybody wants. I don't mind doing it.
It's up to you, folks.
Yeah, we probably need it at this point.
Alright, I'm probably gonna heal me, you, and Levine, Cassandra.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
And it's
So
40,
everybody
right?
takes 40, yeah.
Okay. Thank you
What's
very
that?
much.
We're all better now.
Okay.
48. That's better.
Okay. It is now the creature's turn. It is going to attempt a poison spray attack. Willpower. That is a 3 to hit versus magic defense.
Yes.
It attempts to poison spray everyone. It takes what it thinks is a deep breath, but it's not a very big creature anymore, and it gets more of a tiny little poof of
little burp.
poison comes out. It is now the party's
When
turn.
the roars just before I can't wait to be king. You're just like roar.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Well, I guess it's basically just gonna be Zinnia or Edgar on this one, huh?
Yeah, I think Cassandra and Levine are still asleep.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yeah. I'm gonna
Alright.
say when I threw up in the plant's mouth, I noticed Levine was sleeping, so I can do shadowings instead of pumpkin seeds.
Okay,
Would be a bad idea.
Go
I
ahead
don't
and
do it now.
roll the attack.
It should also still be taking 5 extra damage from fire because of Edgar's thing, correct?
That is correct.
Yeah. Ooh. 10 to hit.
10 to hit.
A 10 will miss.
Ooh. That cost me MP to miss.
Yes, it did.
Looks like it's
Magic
beefed up.
defense went up?
Looks like everything. Well,
Yeah.
like maybe
No,
now
we
that
ju- We've just made it vulnerable. The fight is basically started.
yeah, like I think everything was hitting. That's why we were able to hit with low rolls.
Yeah.
But now that we I don't know, broke a shield, I guess. Maybe now the fight's starting. Which is scary.
Phase 2 of a Dark Souls boss.
Yeah, basically.
The creature is going to try and take another deep breath. That is a 7 versus magic defense.
Got the
Miss.
black lung pa.
Miss.
Did that hit anyone? I don't think it does. Okay. A slightly bigger breath this time. A slightly bigger cloud, coughing cloud, but still not enough to affect anyone. It's now the party's turn.
All right. Well, if they're still sleeping, then I guess I will shoot. So I think I'm gonna go with the. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with the math and switch and take a shot with fire element. So I'll just do one shot, but fire.
Okay, go ahead and roll.
Change the element and then roll. Damn it. Screw it. I am I'm going to think of shoot, no, my bond's not gonna be enough. And I only have 2 Fabula points. Alright, it's gonna have to wait till next round. That's it. That's the end of my turn.
Okay. It is actually the party's turn again from the top of the round. Levine and Cassandra are now awake.
Oh,
Nice.
okay.
All right.
Can I shoot it with my magic gun?
You sure may.
Yeah, I'll allow it.
A 9.
Oh, it feels good to be
Can I
out, guys.
reroll
Why is
that
there bar from my
insight
head?
dice?
Can you re-roll what?
The insight dice?
If you
Which-
spend
Oh,
a
yeah.
Fabula point, you certainly
I
may.
will, yes.
And what are you using to reroll? Your identity, your theme, or your origin?
My origin as I feel like I would be pretty good. I feel like a captain of like a sky ship should know some kind of like gun training, right?
Yes.
Yep,
That's what I'm.
fair enough.
Yes, invoke a trait to roll. And did the same freaking thing.
Roll.
Thanks.
Apparently not. Apparently they don't know how to choose.
Ah!
Misses. Alright, it's the creature's turn. It is going to take another deep breath. Oh my. That is an 18 versus magic defense.
Yeah, it's gonna.
Well, frick.
That's gonna miss. That's gonna miss. I swear.
Okay.
I feel like I should protect somebody.
I don't think you can protect us from poison gas. What are you gonna do? Like leap on someone and be like, cover your
Yeah.
mouth? Like,
I'm
Just
gonna leave
slam
it
your
up.
hand over somebody's mouth.
just choke them out. Don't breathe.
So everyone, everyone takes 17 poison damage and is poisoned.
I can protect Zinnia. I feel like that's gonna hurt her a lot.
All right, 17.
I will take 33 damage if I do
Cover
that.
your mouth.
One moment,
Yeah, I'm gonna
please.
protect- What's that?
Don't.
Because I feel like somebody should at least now be poisoned here, and I'm worried how much damage Zinnia will take.
Oh yeah, we all
We-
poisoned.
Yeah, because that's the part I'm also worried about. We're all gonna get poisoned, and that's just bad.
I mean, it's not so bad for me, but
Protect.
I suppose I should wait
Right.
before I was at 47 there, so. Or was it
Okay.
47?
Yeah, apparently you can just do whatever you want with protect, so yep. So who are you protecting?
I'm gonna protect Zinnia because I don't think she'll be able to handle 17. So
Okay. So you see this creature, third time's the charm. It swells up super huge and just covers the room in this putrid gas. And, you can't find a way to create an airtight seal around Zinnia's face. And so your only resort is to just open your mouth even bigger and suck in all of the gas directly next to Zinnia's face to try and avoid them swallowing any of it. So everybody except for Zinnia is poisoned.
Levine sounds like the kind of person
I'm
who
not
like
poisoned.
would
I'm
fart
immune.
and then
Fine.
try to, smell it all before everybody else smells it.
And again, that was 17 poison damage.
yeah, I just blame it on Zither.
It is the
So-
party's turn.
Now, before that, I fell into crisis again, but this time I'll take the inventory action.
Okay.
And I'm going to be casting. I'm going to use a Magisphere, so that's 2 IP for Magisphere to cast Accelerate
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
on myself.
Okay.
Okay.
Alright.
36.
So you get to do 2 more actions after this?
Yes.
Damn.
I need my revenge for missing all the time.
Okay. It is done. Go right ahead.
All right. Perform an additional action during each of their turns. All right. So, do you mind if I take my turn now, then? Before it kills me and I lose my accelerate?
Go
Yeah,
ahead.
go ahead.
All right.
Blasting.
I'm going to be
Let's do this.
blasted.
Oh, can I
Okay.
do a study check to see how many hit points you might have? Since you did damage to me.
Sorry, one more time.
May I do a study check, since he did damage to me? It's my painful lesson.
Sure.
Okay, how does that work again? I just gotta find it. Painful lesson.
While they're
I
digging
believe
through
you
that,
roll
I'll
a
do my
double
rolls.
insight check.
Yeah, okay, I will do that here, because it's like my biggest die right now, so let me just boop.
I missed both with my first.
I got a 10 on that check, total.
Doesn't
Okay.
freaking matter if we can't hit.
So, what are you attempting to ascertain?
How many hit points it may have?
It has 140 hit points.
Ooh, that's a lot of hit points, guys.
It's not that much if I can fucking hit. All right, so on my second action, I'm gonna take the dual wield attacks again. 13 to hit, maybe. 20 to hit, probably.
Both of those hit.
All right, so it's gonna be the first one's. So it's 20 fire and 20 fire because of the dual wielding rules. So
Nice.
So both of them are 20. Did you add the extra 5 into both
Yes.
of them?
yeah, because normally it'd be like 15 and 15.
So that's 40 damage total, right?
Fire. Yes.
Okay. It takes a massive 80 damage from that assault.
He's less than half.
It would have been so good. If
The
I
creature is
made
in
it.
crisis. Let's see. It gets a turn. It is going to attempt to thorn whip some people. Let's find out who.
I
I
disagree.
don't like this.
Levine and Edgar.
Yep, that checks out.
Please don't.
That is a 15 to hit.
Oh, I totally dodge it. I'd backflip it.
That will deal 15 physical damage.
Okay, so 8.
Mm-hmm.
And if you can be dazed, you are dazed. If you can't be dazed, you are slowed. If you are already slowed, you are asleep.
There goes my turn.
You get back to sleep. Right.
Yeah, I can't get off this slow. I've been sleeping more than anything the past 100 rounds.
Okay. It is the party's turn.
Did I already go this round?
No, I think only. Only I did.
I went 2, didn't I?
Yes.
Yes, you healed.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
So it is now the party's turn.
I can shoot it with my gun.
Go for it.
Yeah.
Try to shoot
Oh,
me.
I didn't. Why is that still applied? I think
Wait,
so. Oops. I don't know why. I was trying to see what, like, if you clicked on someone's picture, if it like let you see more information about them. It does not. Apparently, it makes you target them, which
Correct.
is interesting.
Try to shoot me in the face.
I'm gonna
rude.
do a Fabula point to re-roll the check and invoke
Okay.
my bond with Ultima.
Ah.
How do I not target you anymore, Mel?
Just
I just unclick. Okay, click you
yeah.
again. Okay.
This fight sucks. It was funny earlier. Now it's bad.
It's
No,
not
I'm
really
kidding.
letting me. I can't right click to reroll it, so I'll just have to do a new attack if that's okay.
That's fine.
15 to hit.
That'll
There
hit.
we go.
Yeah. 15
So
bolt.
that will do 30 bolt damage. It is
110.
so you fire a bolt of lightning energy at this creature, and it screams out in pain, but is somehow still standing. Party's turn still.
Zinnia, maybe dark magic?
Kill him! Murder him dead!
Do your strongest dark magic spell.
Kill it with dark fire.
I just
Oh
realized
yeah,
something
that
I
one
might be
was
able to
that one was
do.
intense during that one fight, right?
Yeah, but I don't think the dark magic will kill it.
Dark magic. It's weak. It's dark magic is one of the elements it doesn't like.
It's not weak against it though, is it?
It's
We don't know. I don't think we've managed to hit it after the shield was down.
Alright, because the other thing I could do is I could heal and then try to encourage somebody. Or encourage
Oh,
someone.
healing
Hold
would
up.
be nice
I wanna
too.
Oh wait, this is probably a bad idea. So I can dismiss my Arcana before or after an action.
And what does that do?
So my dismiss effect is you can remove one of the folly status effects, slow, shaken, or dazed. And all allies increase their dexterity die by 1 size. It lasts until the end of their next turn. So that would wake me up if I did that.
But you'd have to be awake to do that.
Wouldn't you?
Technically, it could be dismissed if I fall unconscious. So, which I guess it should have been dismissed earlier. Technically, it's not the same, but I
Nope.
just started reading the rules on it, so.
You may not.
But what is?
You may not
I may not-
command the creature while you are asleep.
Yeah, that checks out. All right, I figured I'd try. So. All right, do your stuff, Zinnia.
So I was thinking I could encourage Edgar, and he'll probably kill it with his double gun attack next turn.
Okay.
That works.
Edgar, you're so good at shooting stuff, and your magic deck is really awesome.
Oh, thanks. Apparently, it's not the best, like gimme, but you know.
So you regain only 5 HP, but you get to choose a die to make bigger.
Yeah, I'm gonna choose my dex. And
Up to a D12. I don't know if that's already at 12.
nah,
Another
it was
thing.
it was at 10. I don't have any D12s naturally.
Okay. Top of the round, Levine is awake. It is the party's turn.
All right, I guess we.
Try to shoot it again.
Yeah, I feel like we should just let Edgar just do some blasting.
Sure.
I think that's
It's,
the right choice.
Okay, so it's the top of the round. Okay, then yeah, I will blast the hell out of it
Go ahead, roll an attack.
and hope I hit. I will be rolling a lot of attacks.
Ooh, 11 to hit.
Did I roll twice there? 11 to hit twice.
Versus physical.
No. What the fuck? Why is
Versus,
it showing? physical?
sorry,
Oh,
versus
fire.
defense or magic defense. Sorry.
It's defense.
Okay. Both of those are going to hit.
Alright, so then it's 20 and 20 again, so 40 fire.
Okay, for a total of 80. So the creature is just absolutely blasted with fire damage, and it withers back down and shrinks and shrinks and shrinks back into a seed. And the seed kind of hops over, boing, 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 over to Levine. And Levine, as you hold the seed, it begins to glow brightly in many different colors. And then it slowly absorbs into your body. You may get rid of your clock. And
Nice.
So we'll talk about what that means in just a second. But all of you, from behind you, you hear the following.
Oh no.
I think all of you should come with me. And Levine, you recognize this voice. It causes chills to go down your spine. You know, without looking, that this is Trep behind you. And that is where we're going to end tonight's session.
Wow.
Nice session, everyone. I that was so much. Well, anything probably would have been better than the last one, but that was a ton of fun.
We were in
I think they
trouble.
have us at a disadvantage.
So, Levine, you are going to get something. You're going to get some pretty cool stuff here. First of all,
Sick.
you now have your choice. You may change your siphoning strike to any element that you want this one time for the rest of the campaign. So you can pick whichever one you would like it to be. And you are going to gain what is called in the High Fantasy Atlas a 0 power.
See.
So, Shadow Strike, right? Not siphoning.
Yeah,
So,
sorry,
yeah.
Shadow Strike will change to whatever element you want. You can keep it dark if you would like, but through the power of the Temple of Elements and the seed that you have absorbed into your body, the curse is gone. You have control over it again, and you can change it to any element you want this one time.
I think on a little bit.
And then, so your 0 power, you're going to have a clock to trigger it. And the way that it will work is it will be a 4-section clock that you are going to manage on your own. And anytime that you take damage from Shadow Strike or from protecting another ally, you get to add 1 section to it. And when you fill it with 4 sections, you can perform the 0 power empowered Shadow Strike, or whatever we're going to call it, where you can pick as much MP and HP as you have to channel into 1 strike.
I see, okay.
So, hypothetically, I don't know, let me see what your numbers are here. So if you have the clock filled up and you are at full magic and HP, this could do up to 140 damage.
Okay. Interesting. Alright, so I'm gonna probably want to think on the Shadow Strike thing a little bit too.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm gonna be, I mean, I know I'm poisoned right now and slow and at 10 hit points, but man, feeling pretty good.
Well, that's a good session and a great place to stop.